Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It is the Random Show, episode number 277. Episode number 277 of the Random Show, starring I, your host, Agostino Zinga. What's happening? What's crack-a-lacking, people? Welcome back to the Random Show with I, your host, Agostino Zinga. I'm so glad, so happy, so amazed, so elated to have your presence today. What's crack-a-lacking? What's happening? What's going on? Talk to me in the stream chat. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know how you're feeling. Big up everybody's going to join in. So today we got a jam-packed show to talk about today. Jam-packed show to talk about today. Jam-packed show to talk about today. Loads of things to cover. Mostly Brendan stuff. Some other things in between. Podcast cringe video to react to. A new too late to try video to react to, and some other bits and bobs in between. That's what we're doing today. So jam-packed, on the go, ready to bounce, hanging out, having a good time. Hope you're going to have a good time with me throughout the show. If you enjoy what you see what you like, please make sure you like the stream. As you guys know, unfortunately, I've been demonetized from YouTube. I am demonetized from YouTube. So I think sometimes when you get demonetized from YouTube, I think, again, I'm not too sure if it's true, but I think you get like taken out of like the notification thing. So sometimes you won't get alerts based on what I put out sometimes. So if that's the case, double check, make sure your settings are correct. Make sure you've got notifications set on for my channel. So when I do go live, you are alerted and you know when I'm live and shit, because I unfortunately have been demonetized because of sensitive comedians. Thin-skinned comedians can't take me kicking and laughing and poking fun, having a good time with you guys, so I decided to demonetize a nigga, which is kind of wild, because I honestly did think I was undemonetizable just by virtue of being black. I thought I had the LGD thing. You know LTG, right? You know how he's kind of screaming at his fans and cussing them out and being very toxic, sometimes doxing people online, and he never gets demonetized. I thought I'd be the same. I thought I could be like LTG. I thought I could be low tier God, but I guess I'm not low tier God. I guess there's only one God, and that is low tier God. I am not the God, so I got demonetized. I got fucking clapped. So sometimes you won't get a notification about me, so make sure you definitely turn your notification on. Please turn your notification on if you can, so you can be alerted about my comings and about my goings and everything else in between. That'll be much appreciated. That will be much appreciated. You feel me? Cool. Bless. Let's fucking go. Big up everyone in the stream chat. Big up Lisha Manuel. Big up Teju, I see you. Perk Angle, I see you. Tyler Durden, I see you. Charles Lucas, I see you. Uche, my love, I see you. What's happening? Goon evening. Yeah, I love that. I love that little slip there. A little slip she did. Goon evening. She knows what time it is. Goon evening, you know. Goon evening. You know what time it is. I turned this shit off, bro. I turned some of the lights off in this room, and we're gonna goon evening. We're gonna fucking goon evening. You know what we're gonna be doing. You know. Big up the goons. Big up the goons out there. Big up the goons. Well gone. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. We're all goon coded right now. You feel me? Big up my G's. Let's get the G's in the chat. Goon coded out here, bro. We're out here gripping our pieces like we're hugging a girl. We're gripping our piece like that. I mean, we're gripping. Yeah, real goon things. Splurge all over the shit, bro. Whole room look like it's been covered in custody. Feel me? Nasty boy time. Let's go. Goon squad. Anyway, apart from the goon squad, I'm just faking it. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm a born again Christian. I've been raised in a very religious family. I'm very respectful. I'm not like that at all. Please don't believe the rumors. So here's a drink I'm drinking today. So big up everybody with a little drink on them. I got a little kale in there, a bit of kiwi, some lemons, a bit of ginger, just to keep me going and to keep me alert and to keep me flipping hate filled, right? Because these streams only work when I'm hate filled and I'm angry at the world. So I need to be drinking on this green juice, so I've got the energy to laugh at these blood clot comedians and have some LOLs and some hee-hee-hees and some ha-ha-has with you lovely people wherever you may be. So make sure you sip on something, make sure you take a little something, smoke a little something, or whatever you're doing, so we can get into the show. All right. Ooh, that shit's good. That shit's good, bro. That shit's good. Tastes like liquid ketamine. Let's fucking go. Okay, cool. First thing to get into. Wagwan with Sean Strickland and Bappa. What's happening with Sean Strickland and Bappa? Why is Sean Strickland beefing with Bappa? He's like on his neck, bro. He's on his neck. I know they had that beef with the fucking Manuel thing, right? What is the fucking Mexican gear transmission? It's a it's a gearbox with a fucking sombrero or something, right? So I know they had this fucking really amazing, hilarious beef online where, you know, Brendan, unfortunately, in an effort to clap back, wrote Manuel instead of Manuel. Really, really amazing. But Sean Strickland is on his fucking neck. Sean Strickland has his foot on Bappa's neck. So somebody within the fucking Bappaverse, one of Brendan's detractors decided to alert Sean Strickland of the comment that Brendan allegedly made via BGL. BGL was on 10 Minutes of Schaub. Big up 10 Minutes of Schaub. They had BGL on there with the interview, and BGL said that when Brendan was filming an episode of Food Truck Diaries with Sean Strickland, allegedly behind the scenes, he had said to people around him he felt like jumping over the table and strangling Sean Strickland when they were having their Food Truck Diaries interview thing, because he found him annoying, he found him hard to deal with, all this sort of shit. So somebody decided, some menace down here called Drifter, right? This guy, the menace, timestamped it and tagged Sean Strickland and said, look what Bappa said about you. You hear Schaub was about to ready to jump over the table and beat your ass. And then Sean Strickland quoted that and said the following: if you're going to be funny, you have to be smart. Clearly Schaub is on the short bus. God almighty. And then he follows it up with another tweet about Brendan. I'll make fun of Brendan Schaub and he'll get mad. I'm making fun of you because it's funny. You're supposed to make fun of me and keep the joke going. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I forgot. You're not funny. LOL, but I actually like him, really. I love it. He's doing that. Sean Strickland is doing that. Sean Strickland is doing that bit from like Family Guy. The dog Brian. Remember when the dog, is it Brian gets jacked or is it Stewie? No, I think it's Stewie, when Stewie gets jacked. And he's like, and he keeps blocking Brian's path. Only messing with you. Like he's doing that kind of like messing with you, but he's kind of being serious. So he's like he's bullying Brendan, but then he's acting like it's a joke. But then he's bullying him again. Then he's teasing him. Then he's kind of punky, like, you know, like Brendan doesn't know how to read him, and Brendan already isn't really the best when it comes to like that kind of banter. He doesn't really respond well to it. Like he kind of clams up. You see it a lot in like early episodes of T-Fat-K when like Will Sasso would be on there and Chris D'Elia and Brian Callen, and they'll be having their like 10-minute podcast, sort of like, you know, comedic timing shit going on, be like razzing each other and throwing zingers around, and Brendan would like kind of clam up, like when he feels like he's not in on the joke, when he feels like he doesn't get what's going on, he kind of just clams up. Sometimes he won't even laugh, he'll just sit there awkwardly and just like look. So I guess with Sean Strickland, because Strickland is like a fucking savage online, he's really fucking good because he's so unpredictable. 1 minute he's ranting about that, ranting about this, going off on that one, acting like he hates you, trying to fucking beat the brakes off of fucking Sneeko, being a nice guy to this person, doing this, like he's all over the shop, right? He's unpredictable. Brendan doesn't like that. He can't deal with that. Even though he's a stand-up comedian, and he should really, that's where he should be at his, you know, that's where he should be at his best, amongst chaos. Especially being a former fighter, you should be calm. You should be cool, calm and collected amongst chaos and uncertainty and unpredictability and spontaneity and whatever. You should be involved in. That's what you should love, like I do, right? I love chaos. I love randomness. I love weird shit. So Sean Strickland for me kind of gets me going. I love when he's fucking on his little tangents and just doing his thing. But Brendan doesn't like it too much. And maybe deep down, Brendan also just doesn't know if this guy likes him or not. Forget all that stuff I'm talking about. Maybe Brendan just isn't sure where he stands with Sean Strickland. And he rather would know, with fighters especially, that they either suck his dick because he's Rogan's friend or not. But he doesn't want no in-between thing. So he's a bit worried, like, what the fuck's going on? If I show him my hand, is he going to spit in it? Is he going to fart on it? Or is he going to shake it? You know, like, he doesn't know what is happening. But Sean Strickland is literally got Brendan on strings, mate. He's got Brendan on strings. He has Brendan on fucking strings. I'm still laughing at that Manuel joke, by the way. That joke has still gotten me. I thought about it just the other day, actually. Like, we all know someone called Manuel. Helped you drive stick or whatever that joke was fucking great. RIP to fucking Brendan with the fucking typos and shit. But yeah, Brendan doesn't know how to do it with Sean Strickland. Brendan does not know how to do it with Sean Strickland, and it's really worrying him. He's all over the shop. Sean Strickland worries him. He makes him sad. He makes him upset. And they've got this weird on-off, is it a beef, not a beef thing going on. And I don't know why I'll go on, but I can't wait to see it play out. And I'm also waiting to see Brendan obviously walk it back. I can't wait for Brendan to like try and act like I don't have a problem. I love him. Sean Strickland's my guy. I've been championing him. I told Dana about Sean Strickland before Dana even knew him. I can't fucking wait to see more about him. So big up Sean Strickland. Big up blood clot Sean Strickland. And big up Uche in the chat. I've missed so much this week. The Elephant Graveyard video was amazing. Thank you, Uche. But let's big up Elephant Graveyard. I'm just reacting to it. I'm just a fucking peon. I'm an ant. I'm a pea. I'm a nobody in this equation. Elephant Graveyard smashed it. That shit was a video essay. He went ham, bro. He went ham. The references, the fucking pulls and shit, like he spazzed out on that video. He went crazy. That was such a good video. So well done. So creative, so artistic, so ephemeral, so heady. You know, it really is fucking good. He really went in. I'm just out here ranting saying, oh, it made me laugh 3 times. I laughed here. Oh, I'm doing my fucking ape caveman review of a special, but he went nuts, bro. He went nuts, bro. Philosophy. Rogan, huh? Greek philosophy, modern philosophy, huh? Jungian theory, like what, huh? Like he went crazy, bro. Honestly, Elephant Graveyard was fucking smashing. I'm glad he's getting the love he deserves. Same like that other channel, Retroactive. There's a few out there that don't really get the views that they should get. But you know, I think the Elephant Graveyard video, I think it might be 500,000 views already at the moment. Maybe it's near. So it's good to see him getting attention that he deserves because he's been smashing it on the low anyway, but no one's been really paying attention. But now I think that he's doing more, because I think the other videos he did, he was doing a lot more of that sort of like kind of what would you call it? LSD acid infused sort of like voiceover stuff, but now it's mostly his voice, so maybe people like that more. Maybe people respond more to like actually your quote unquote natural voice as opposed to the other shit he done. But I'll always love these videos, so big up Elephant Graveyard. He's fucking killing it. If you haven't watched it already, make sure you do. I'm sure some of you already seen it, but Elephant Graveyard is fucking kill it. Elephant Graveyard is fucking killing it, okay? He is absolutely killing it. I love Elephant Graveyard. I can't wait to see what else he does in the future going forward. So big up Elephant Graveyard. Talking about videos, can we please play this video courtesy of the fucking Fire and the Kid Reddit? Can we please play this video courtesy of the Fire and the Kid Reddit? Please. Because I'm sure some of you guys will get the reference. I'm sure some of you guys will get the fucking reference. Big up the person that made this. Look at this. Video footage of the attacker who attacked Brendan Schaub's wife. Look at this fucking clip. Absolutely genius editing.
And he starts shouting at me like horribly. Bitch, you know, what are you doing honking
Can you
at
see
me?
it?
And then he comes to my car.
Can you see it?
Slams the hood of my car. And
Can
at
you
this
see
point,
it?
Tiger's scared.
Can you see it?
What is this guy doing? I told the guy, I said, back up. I said, if you get any closer, I will run you over. I said, you are scaring my kids. You need to back up.
Look at the corner. It's BGL. The iconic video. You remember the iconic video? He's touching me. He wants attacking me. He won't let me go. He won't let me go. That's the iconic video. Look at BGL in the corner right there. That's such a good little edit, man. That's so fucking funny. I would have never thought of that. That is fucking hilarious. Play it one more time. One more time so you can see it in the corner. Look at that. Look at BJ in the corner shaking Brendan Shaw's wife's car.
He starts shouting at me like horribly. Bitch, you know, what are you doing honking at me? And then he comes to my car and slams the hood of my car. And at this point, Tiger's scared. You know, he's like, what is this guy doing? I told the guy, I said, back up. I said, if you get any closer, I will run you over.
BGL,
I said, you are scaring
bro.
my kids. You need to back up.
Only Brendan could attract these people in his orbit, innit? Only Brendan could have. Where did he even find BGL? Honestly, where did he find this guy with his own, like, he could be his own version, he could be his own locale. He could be his own local. If you want to dig into him, you could make an entire channel covering BGL stuff. For me, as much as I like the dude, he's just a bit too nuts for me. He's a bit too nuts. I don't really deal well with emotional men. He's kind of all over the place. Sometimes he's like, it's just too much. It's just too much. Like, I think there was a time and period. Didn't BGL dox somebody on the Fire and the Kids subreddit on his fucking podcast or something? I think he did. He doxed the person to a point like they don't post on the Fire and the Kids subreddit anymore. They're one of the main posters on there. I'm sure he did. So he's all over the place. Nice guy. I like him. He's been giving us a lot of information, provides a lot of insight into Papa that we'd never know beforehand. To be fair, he's mostly confirmed a lot of our suspicions. I think Papa's not the hardest person to, read and shit. I'm sure most of us would have known a lot of stuff he said already, but he's too unpredictable for me. Like, it's just a bit too much, the craziness, but sometimes you just can't help but look, He's like he's basically a car crash, It's horrible. You see all these mangled bodies, the flames and shit, people crying in the background, but you just can't help but look, You need to just get a better look. You need to fucking burn that shit into your fucking cerebral cortex. And I think BGL is the same. BGL is honestly the same, man. It's fucking amazing. So I actually need to watch the fucking 10 minutes of short video. I'll probably react to it tomorrow. Maybe I'll react to it tomorrow. Maybe I'll react to it after this live stream. I'll do a reaction to the 10 minutes of short BGL interview and watch it in full, 2 hours, and see what it's like. But yeah, man, BGL is fucking insane. It's good to see him back on the scene. I'm not too sure if he's got his money yet. I'm pretty sure he spoke about it on 10 minutes of Schaub. I'm curious to know if he actually got his money. If he's ever going to get it. That's actually one thing. Will he ever get it? Who fucking knows? Like, the way Brendan goes on with his business shit, it wouldn't surprise me if he pulls an okie doke, but I hope he does get his money, because I've been in that situation before where you get fucking fired from a place and then the founder turns turns into an asshole and denies you the money that you kind of, rightfully worked for and shit. I fucking hate when that shit happens. I hope it doesn't happen to him. Hope it didn't happen to him. Really, really hope it didn't happen to him. But apart from that, let's continue on. Let's continue on here. Let's play a couple more videos and we go into the things that we want to talk about. Let's play the immediate contradiction here. Let's play a bit of Redac Rescue on here. And then let's continue on doing what needs to be done. Let's also play this one, Beast of a Husband, okay? Cool. Big up everybody that's tuning in. Big up everyone that's tuning in. Big up Perk Angle. BGL is level 10 crook. To be fair, I don't think he's a crook. If I give BGL any criticism, I think just as a man, I'm not really with the whole like gossiping shit about your former friends. I don't think that's cool. Because that's the thing, they weren't just like work colleagues, they were friends, clearly. Brendan trusted him, he brought him into his inner circle. He kind of, conspired with him to like get baddies and addies and shit. That's like a boy. That's not like your colleague. That's like your friend. Like, I think some of you guys will know, I like to party and shit. And I think one of the main things that I've noticed when you go to a new workplace, you can tell when you've actually got a real friend at work, when you guys start to like party for real. You might go for like a company drinks and shit. You might have some drinks in the office, but then once it comes time to like leave, whoever doesn't leave or whoever goes out somewhere else and then goes and gets into other bits and maybe buy some other bits and pieces, those are usually your friends. And it usually goes from being colleagues to like, oh, this is actually my friend. I'm actually going to meet this person up after work. I might hang out with this person on the weekends and shit. So BGL and Brendan were actually friends. So I don't really like how he aired out Brendan. I know it ended badly. I know he's got every right to air out Brendan the way he did, especially Brendan withholding payment, firing him the way that he did, blaming him for things that he never was responsible for, just in general being an asshole. I'm sure he's got every right to do so. I just don't like it. Personally, I don't like it. And I also don't like maybe like character assassination is one thing, but like airing out all of his shit, like shit that we'd never know about his personal life is a bit much, It's a bit much. But I understand when you're in his position and your money gets withheld from work, as happened to me, you go school surf. Trust me. Sometimes, even if you're the most sensible person in the world, if somebody withholds your payment, you will go scorched earth. Like, you will do some or say some unthinkable, unforgivable things to get your money, especially if you feel like you've been cheated. So I get it. I fucking get it. But I wouldn't call him a crook personally. I wouldn't call him a crook. Then you got this type of stuff that I wanted to check out as well. Look at these memes people are creating about Brendan Schaub's wife based on that video. Man, bless her, man. She should have never uploaded that video. I don't really like even covering her on this fucking stream. She should kind of keep herself to herself. But this lady clearly has a desire to be famous. I don't know why, personally. I think if you're married to Brendan and he's a stand-up comedian or former stand-up comedian, but he makes a ton of money doing podcasts and shit, and he's got like the perfect level of fame, Brendan. He's famous enough in our little niche to cover and look at, but he's not famous enough to the general public where he's going to get bothered going to the store or whatever. Why not just keep your head down? Like fucking Rogan's wife. Why would Rogan's wife want to be a celebrity? Why would Rogan's wife ever want to go on like Real Housewife program? Why? You get the chance to be Rogan's wife. No one really knows who you are. And you also get to enjoy the rich lifestyle that he provides for you. Just enjoy it in silence. You don't need to be all up on your Instagram and out there and you don't need to do that. Honestly, you really don't need to do that. So I think the wife should have kept her head down a bit more, but she's so desperate to be seen and to be paid attention to. Maybe she has some desire to be famous, or maybe she has some dreams that were never fulfilled. Either way, she made one of the worst calls she could have ever made and uploaded this fucking crazy story about Brendan nearly fucking up somebody when they went in, like she was at some Starbucks and she got into like an easy roadside traffic dispute type of thing, minor thing, and she turned it into the biggest issue ever. And then ended up telling this crazy story that made everybody sound insane in the story, especially with their kids in the car. And she uploaded it to her YouTube account. I didn't even know she had a fucking YouTube channel. Allegedly, she has a YouTube channel. She uploaded it on there. And according to the people on the Find a Kid subreddit, the comments within the first hour were brutal. People in the comments basically saying, why do you let Brendan cheat on you all the time? Don't you have any self-respect? Like, just like going, like ripping into her. And of course, she deleted it after an hour. But as per usual, the people that find a kid subreddit, myself included, ripped the fucking copy of the video before she could delete it. So now that video exists forever. And now Brendan's going to have to somehow smooth that story over because that story makes them all look insane as a family. So he's going to have to probably try to smooth the story over on T-Fat-K. But God almighty, this woman, just keep your fucking head down. You don't need to do this. Why are you doing this, woman? You got a good life, bro. Like, Brendan's like a Z-list celebrity, but he makes good money. You can easily just enjoy the money, buy your Hermes bags, buy your Birkins, buy your Balenciaga, drive around your G-Wagon, you know, live your life and be cool. Like, I don't even know why her Instagram account is public. Like, why is your Instagram account public? Why are you verified? Why don't you just be private and do your own thing on the sly? Live life, buy your things and hang out and no one bothers you. But instead, she wants to be famous also. And then with that comes all this. Because me personally, I don't like when people cover her, especially on the Reddit. I don't personally like it. I think it's a bit much when they go in on her. But she's a public figure, technically. She wants to be a celebrity, clearly. She's got a verified account. She posts all her shit on there. The kids' full faces, no covering. Like, I don't know, man. It's a bit of a madness. So these edits are quite mean and quite cruel. But I also understand that she's doing it to herself. She's fucking doing it to herself. It's pretty wild though how pale she is in that video. I'm just something to mention. Like, she's fucking pale as fuck. And I'm sure a lot of it is on purpose because, you know, there's that weird kind of fucking colorism thing going on over there in Mexico. Every country has it. I guess if you're pale, it looks like, you know, it's basically a sign that you're affluent. You don't have to toil in the fields. But yeah, I didn't know she was that pale, bro. She's fucking ghostly pale in that car. It looks fucking insane. So people are now taking the piss out of her on this fucking T-Fat-K Reddit. And she only has herself to blame. She opened that door, and now that door will never, ever, 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 ever be closed. She really did fuck herself over with that malarkey, but I guess these people, in an effort to be famous, an effort to get attention, they will do and say whatever it needs to be in order to do that. And if the consequences are bad, they don't fucking give a shit for some reason. I don't fucking get it personally, but I guess she has to kind of sort it out herself. So here's some clips people are uploading on the T-Fat-K Reddit, taking a piss out of her. The first one is the immediate contradiction. Let's play this clip. Let's see the immediate contradiction's about.
We starts backing up, and in 2024, I want to say most cars have rear view cameras. However, this guy got really close to my car. I'm talking inches, like inches from hitting my car. So I did a courtesy like honk. I said, babe, I said like, hey, I'm here. I put my car in reverse and I start backing up myself. The lady behind me.
Well, Sorry, it's fucking buffering a lot there. Let's do it one more time. Inches. Let's go one more time for the beginning.
He starts backing up, and in 2024, I want to say most cars have rear view cameras. However, this guy got really close to my car. I'm talking inches, like inches from hitting my car. So I did a courtesy like honk. I said, babe, like, hey, I'm here. I put my car in reverse and I start backing up myself. The lady behind me apparently doesn't know we live in 2024 where we have rear view cameras, and she holds the horn, which felt like for 5 minutes. She's literally hanging on to the horn, like the honking horn. And I'm like, whoa, you know, I'm like, what are you doing?
I don't know. It makes no fucking sense. So Joe honked because the truck driver doesn't know about rear cameras, but how dare the lady behind her honk because she doesn't know about rear cameras too? Not to mention, believe it or not, you entitled do nothing faux rich asshole, not everyone drives new leased cars with cameras. You see what happens, man? Like, honestly, she should have just kept her head underneath the fucking, under the radar. She didn't need to fucking pop up and do all this shit. She's getting so fucking destroyed on Reddit. They're fucking destroying her, man. If I was the lady behind her, I'd let her G-Wagon bump into me. My truck has a dash cam and Bappa will be buying me a new off-road bumper. Putting the honesty of this story aside for 1 second. Oh, do people think it's not true? What do you think in the stream chat? Big up the stream chat people here. Yeah, people in the stream chat, what do you think? Do you think the story isn't true completely? Is that what people are saying? People think the story isn't true. She just made it up. Her and Brendan have like the same fucking lying traits. Putting the honesty of the story to one side, so what? Who cares? I'd wager every single person has had an interaction like this. It happens. Then it's over and you move on with your day. Exactly. I said the same thing on the stream. This isn't an interaction that would warrant a fucking 12-minute story. It's not interesting and certainly doesn't need a video breakdown. What a vapid existence. Her story time flopped. Yeah, the story time flopped because of the, like, you could tell where it was going after the first minute. You knew instantly after the first minute what she was talking about. And she was cock teasing it. She was really fucking teasing the fuck out of that story for the like past 2 or 3 days with the Instagram stories. Oh, you guys don't know how much of a beast my husband is, blah, blah, blah. Wait until I share this story. It's going to blow your mind. And then she stayed the story and it's like, okay. Like, what? Why is this a story that needs to be shared? Why do you care this much? Like, please move on, my friend. Another video, Redact Rescue. Let's see this one. Redact Rescue. Let's see what Redact Rescue is about.
White work truck. He is a Caucasian male. And you know, I hear like screeching tires. And I'm like, oh, that's definitely going to be Bren. So this guy.
Too much. I'm going to break something. And there's no boost. That's it.
And out of nowhere, I see Bren get out of the car, like out of his truck, with like a death stare in his eye. Like all he saw was red. He was so upset with like a death stare in his eye. Like he
death stare. Look at Papa. Look at the car guy, Papa. Look at Papa being a car Kaka. Look at Kaka Papa being a car guy, eh? Look at Kaka Papa being a car guy. I got spark plugs, guys. The spark plugs landed. Car guy shit. Real car guy shit. The spark plugs landed, bros. I got the spark plugs. Honestly, I love him. He's so fucking funny. The spark plugs have landed, bros. The build can continue. The build can commence. Honestly, man, she's amazing. She's amazing, man. She really is amazing. She's honestly the type of girl that, oh my God, I need that screen grab. I need that fucking screen grab. Look at that. I need that screen grab. Fucking hell. Actually, let me get the top of her head a bit more there. I missed the top of her head. Look at that. That is beautiful. Look at that screen grab. She looks gorgeous here. Absolutely gorgeous. She's one of those type of girls where the more she talks, the less attractive she is. She's got a lot of work done, I get it, but she's still a good-looking woman. I'm sure a lot of guys out there would be into it. But unfortunately, the more she talks, the more she kind of tells you about her day, shares her opinions and her view of the world and shit, and her thoughts and feelings, you're like, bro, like, I'm not sure I can do this anymore. You have to give Brendan a lot of ratings. Can you imagine what it's like to live with her day to day? Yes, Brendan is a nightmare too, but can you imagine what it's like talking to her at breakfast in the morning, over dinner, just like hanging around in the house, like what it must be like. Like, Jesus Christ, man. She's like, I don't know, man. There's something amiss here. Something amiss. To be fair, I've never really been the biggest fan of, like, I think a lot of, like, maybe it's LA girl thing. Maybe, I don't know. There's that weird, like, infantile thing where, like, you try and act like a child. I've never liked that. I've never liked the whole, like, pretending you're a kid when you're not. Like, or acting like it, or doing the whole, like, you know, girls that like doing baby voice. You know, like, when they're older, but they like to do that, the little baby voice. It's like, what the fuck's wrong with you, man? Like, are you trying to act like I'm into babies? You think I like fucking kids? Like, why are you putting on this baby voice? What the fuck is this? Aren't you fucking 32? What's wrong with you? Like, or girls that suck their finger and shit. You know those type of girls that suck their fingers or that have pacifiers and shit, or that, you know, yeah, I'm not into it. I'm not into it personally. I think you should always act your age, in my personal opinion. But hey, what do I know? Last video in this regard, we got one called Beast of a Husband, sorry. Beast of a Husband. Let's play this one. Beast of a Husband. What's she saying here?
Oh yeah? Here's my husband. Deal with that beast. Good luck. Unless you have a gun, there is no way on earth you're going to be able to do.
Wow, what's wrong with her mouth, by the way? I realize that. What's wrong with her mouth? Why is one side of her lips so... Why is that all pushed in that way and that isn't on the other side? Is it just the angle? What's wrong with her mouth? Why is her mouth like that for? I just realized that now. Look in the video, like, what the fuck is up with her mouth? Why is it like... Why is that one pulled back and the other one isn't? Like, what the fuck is that? Or did she get like... Did she have like a facial injury? Maybe she really is from fucking Guadalajara. Did she get into like a knife fight when she was younger? And they kind of stitched her face back together and shit? Like, why is that one like it's like a half Joker smile? Like, one's there and one's the other one.
Oh yeah?
Look, it's perfectly nice. It's perfectly nice and normal here, but in this one looks like she's got like a fish hook in her mouth. Or maybe it's the angle. Maybe it's the angle. I don't know. Or am I bugging? Is there nothing there, or am I bugging? What's happening here?
Here's my husband.
Yeah, like what? Why is that like? Why is one side of her mouth all the way up that way and the other one isn't?
Deal with that beast. Good luck. Unless you have a gun, there is no way on earth.
She's gonna get Brendan killed. Please, Joanna, stop. You're gonna get Brendan killed. Oh, babe, you wouldn't guess what? Some guy just bumped in front of me at the fucking Whole Foods store. Bren, I'm about to buy my avocado salad, and this guy, he just acts like I wasn't in the queue. I know I was looking at my phone, and I wasn't really looking up and paying attention, and I had my headphones on, and I didn't hear the guy say if I was in front of him or anything. But Bren, this guy bumped me at Trader Joe's. Come down here now and kill him. Bren, this guy has bumped me at a fucking 7-Eleven. Come and kill him now with your bare hands. I told him you're on your way. Like, Jesus Christ, Joanna, please relax, man. Please chill. You're going to get Brendan in trouble. You're going to get this guy in trouble, man. Please, she needs to relax. Please relax. Please. What's that? Uche, is he acting like he wouldn't let her give him the lopsided top? No, personally, no, to be honest. I've never really... She doesn't tickle my... I know people won't believe me, but she doesn't really tickle my fancy. She's not... I'm not really... No, not really. Honestly, I'd rather take Whitney Cummings over her. Facts. Honestly. I'd take Christina Pajinski over her, I swear. Doesn't really do nothing for me in the slightest. I don't really care. You know what I mean? I take that... Who's that other woman? Who's that woman that lost a lot of weight and kind of looks like Joey Diaz with the wig? It's mean to say, but she kind of does. She's got a very hard face. But she's like a woman. She's like a female comedian. She's really funny. But she kind of looks like Joey Diaz with a face, with a wig. I'd probably take her over Joanna. I'm not really into her, to be fair. Not in the slightest at all, zero. I know she's obviously an objectively attractive girl. I know that. I'm sure some of you guys will be gooning underneath your desk or under your fucking duvets. Whoever's watching me under a duvet now, you're a sicko. I know there's one of you now who's got your hand down your trousers under your duvet right now. You're a fucking sicko, right? I'm sure there's some of you out there that would tear her down. I'm sure there's some of you guys out here that will fucking, you know, put some of your fucking Tijuana sauce on her fucking vagina. I'm sure you would do that, but she's not for me. Not for me in the slightest. Doesn't do anything for me. But I'm also an intellectual, you know? I'm a learned, cultured man. I can't be having somebody that sounds like they didn't graduate high school, you know? It just can't. We can't, I can't, you know? We have to stimulate each other, you know? Intellectually, before I goon, you know? We have to fucking sit down over dinner and pontificate over the Pythagoras theorem, you know? To get me to fucking, you know, ejaculate. That's what has to happen.
Here's my husband. Deal with that beast. Good luck. Unless you have a gun, there is no way on earth you're going to be able to defeat the beast of a husband.
Defeat the beast of a husband.
Luck. This guy, I think, probably got diarrhea instantly.
Defeat a beast of a husband, bro. Well. Prayers for Brendan. Prayers for everyone in that household, because this lady's probably going to get a lot of them in trouble. But it is what it is. Moving on. Am I the only one who's thinking, when the fuck will Taylor Swift's tour be over? I saw this article on BBC News just now, and I was like, shit, she's still touring. When the fuck will this fucking Eras tour end? Ed Sheeran joins Taylor Swift for her Eras tour return. She's touring currently in the UK. She's in London at the moment, in Wembley, of all places. Crazy capacity. It must be like 50,000 plus capacity. She sold out all the dates. All the dates, she sold them out. Look at that fucking venue. Look at that venue. Every fucking seat is taken. Taylor Swift absolutely killing it. But she's been on tour for, it feels like a year. Like, when will she not stop touring? I understand the money's great and she probably enjoys it and loves it, but it's like, bro, she's been touring forever, bro. Like, wow, it's never gonna end. Taylor Swift was joined by best friend Ed Sheeran as she kicked off her final part of her European leg for her Eras tour on Thursday evening at London's Wembley Stadium. Performing a mix of two songs they've made together called Everything Has Changed and Endgame, Swift thanked Ed Sheeran for appearing alongside her to perform at a sellout 92,000 fans. 92,000. Yo, Taylor Swift is something else, man. And I think I've done it. I think some of you guys have done it too. I've done it. I've went through and listened to every single album in Taylor Swift discography. I've done it because I just kept seeing all the statistics, all the record breaking things, all the streams, all the money generated. And I was like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, let me listen to this shit. And I listened to it. And maybe there was a couple of songs that were decent, but for the most part, I was like, wow, this is terrible. This is legitimately terrible music. Like, how is this so popular? And I still can't figure it out. Maybe a lot of it has to do with her. Maybe it has to do with her being a particular type of woman that a lot of women type of identify with. Like, you know, not even just her looks, but just like what she represents as a woman. Like figuring it out, uncomfortable in your own skin, you know, hopeless in love and all this sort of stuff. Like, you know, like stuff that I guess it's universal to all women experience, for womanhood overall, especially in America. But I can't say America because she killed it in Europe too when she came here. She sold out bare places in Europe. So I think girls in general, but there's a particular type of woman that just loves Taylor Swift. And there's and what I kind of like about Taylor Swift, it's like her own thing, you know? So like they like her for what she does, because a lot of people complain that she always talks about like ex-boyfriends and breakups and stuff, and it's the same sort of like, you know, tired material, but her fans love it. So what she does, which I think is what all great artists should do, is you only service your fans. You don't try and convince your haters to be your fans. You don't chastise them for not liking what you're doing. You don't gaslight them for having an opinion. No, you just double down and you give your fans what they want. And what they want are these fucking vapid, nonsensical, emotional ballads about heartbreak in high school, even though you're like in your 30s and shit, whatever, right? They love that shit from you. You just keep doing it again and again. Even her performances. You see her on stage, she's so ungangly, she's got like horrible posture, she can't dance, but they love it. They love that about her, that she's kind of goofy and shit, and she's like the quintessential, like, you know, quirky girl with a fucking bag of chips on her head. Like, but people love her. Like, they love her to death, and I just... Honestly, it boggles my mind when I see it because I've listened to her albums. I tried to fucking get into it and I just couldn't get into it. And it was just like, and obviously she doesn't speak to me, don't get me wrong, but I was just thinking, like, objectively, this is not really good music. Like, not really, you know? But she keeps killing it. So big up to her. The concert was her first performance since the cancellation of shows in Vienna last week because of terror threats. It was also the first time she returned to the UK since the attack on Southport last month. The BBC understands Taylor Swift has privately reached out to the families affected by the attacks. She did not reference either during the event. Of course not. That's a vibe killer, man. You can't be referencing the death of, like, I don't know, 6-year-old, 7-year-old, and a 9-year-old. You know, that got fucking stabbed during a dance class. You know what I mean? That's gonna definitely kill the mood, I think. So she made a right call not referencing that on the stage. Gigs in Austrian capital were cancelled when authorities said there was a failed terror plot. The 34-year-old has not spoken publicly in Vienna, but did release a statement about the 3 little girls killed in Southport. Ed Sheeran makes an appearance. As has been the case with most of the Eras tour, things were pretty much as expected, but Sheeran's appearance during the surprise acoustic section of the evening prompted a huge roar from 92,000 audience members. The songs featured acoustic section towards the end of the show and kept secret to the audience until they performed. After the matchup of the 2012 hit Everything Has Changed, the pair then launched a 2017 collaboration Endgame. Swift then repaid the favor by duetting with Sheeran for the mega ballad Thinking Aloud. Big up Chris Mack, the Eras tour. Big up Chris Mack. The Eras tour commenced on March. Oh my God. Big up Chris Mack. The Eras tour commenced on March 17th, 2023 in Glendale, Arizona. The tour started in March 2023. It's been going on for more than a year and is set to conclude on December 2024 in Vancouver, Canada. Consists of 149 shows spanning 5 continents. She's generated, over 5 billion from that tour so far. God almighty. Big up. I don't blame her. To be fair, it's also proof. Oh, you know what? Maybe I wonder if she's on tour this much because of that controversy with her albums. Do you remember when Scooter Braun did that really fucked up shit where he bought her masters and then he wouldn't give them back to her or something, and then she had to go and re-record all her albums and then get her fans to try and buy them again? Obviously, you're not gonna recoup the money that you lost out through that Scooter deal. So most likely, this tour is really lucrative, so you're probably trying to make that money back through touring. And most artists, unless you got good splits or a good contract, most of your money comes from touring. So that's why probably she's touring so much. Why not? And probably as well, while you're young, I'd imagine she's probably going to have kids soon. I think that Travis-Kelce relationship looks like it's going to be serious. They'll probably end up getting married and shit. So if while you can as a woman, get that tour out of your system and then maybe look to maybe settle down and have some babies later on, this is probably the time to do it. But fucking hell, March 2023, fucking hell, well done to her. Swift then, this is one of my best friends in the world, she told the crowd. He works so hard, he's on tour right now, and he's probably so tired, but he wanted to come and play for you. Let's hear with the guitar, with the runtime more than... Excuse me? With a runtime of more than 3 hours. People are going to see Taylor Swift for more than 3 hours. Wow. She has 3 hours plus worth of live material. Yeah, to be fair, she does have a lot of albums. She's got, for somebody so young, she has a crazy amount of albums. And each album has like a crazy amount of tracks. And they're all incredibly long. So, Jesus Christ, 3 hour runtime. There's not much time for rambling ad-libs, and the set list of the part. Taylor Swift's interaction with the audience stayed on script. Swift thanked the crowd throughout, and whilst introducing Folklore and Evermore era in this evening, she told fans how overwhelming the crowd size felt. She said that she would miss performing to these crowds and was experiencing feelings of emotions I didn't think could before talking about it. Fans were told to watch out for her surprise songs, which are often her way of knowing that headspace she's in. When a fan died of cardiac arrest following an Eras Tour concert in Rio de Janeiro, Swift directly did not address the incident at her next show, instead of releasing a statement to social media. However, fans interpreted her song choice, Bigger Than the Whole Sky, as a tribute to Anna. Wow, man. Wow. Big up to her, bro. Big up to her. Big up to Taylor Swift, killing it. Absolutely killing it. Going on an actual real tour. Some of these fucking comedians talk about tours and they're just traveling around fucking their fucking state to random comedy clubs. She's on an actual tour covering fucking every continent on the planet Earth. Do you know what I mean? She's fucking killing it. So big up Taylor fucking Swift. Big up Far Thick. Some of her songs are catchy, but it's not for me. Can anyone recommend a Taylor Swift song that they like? I'm going to go back through them and listen to them again. Because anybody put a Taylor Swift song that they like in the stream chat, please? Let me know what your favorite Taylor Swift song is. And I'm going to put them in a playlist. I'm going to try and listen to them again. Because I listened to the albums. I couldn't do it. So if you guys have got fucking tracks that you like, please let me know in the stream chat. And I'm going to try and give it one more go. Asada Z's. I bet Taylor Swift calls the Swifties that... What? I bet Taylor Swift calls the Swifties that are black Swift... Swifters. Big up Uche. Taylor's got some baby fermenting in a cryo chamber somewhere ready to hatch. Nah, Uche. No way. Taylor Swift's gonna have that fucking baby the fucking natural way. She's gonna fucking milk that shit. She's gonna milk that shit, bro. She's gonna have a photo shoot for that baby every month during the fucking, process of have giving birth. She's gonna have a magazine cover every single month documenting that process. Come on. She's gonna standing there with a fucking belly rub it, or it's gonna be some very elaborate announcement on social media. Nah, I don't. Maybe another celebrity I could believe them having a cryo chamber baby, designer one there, right? But she's gonna do that. She's gonna fucking run it through the ringer. Big up everybody else in stream chat. What you're saying here? By the it's giving them a money worth. Yeah, exactly. Z. No, she's definitely giving them money's worth. To be fair, if I'm a fan, and I think that's something that I agree with Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane made a great point about it in his legendary Breakfast Club interview. I think it's the same interview that he kind of clapped back at fucking Angela Yee when she was trying to be a bit spicy. And he basically said, look, bro, you were in my DMs, shut the fuck up. So I remember Gucci Mane during one Breakfast Club interview made a really great point. Charlamagne the God was asking him about, this is a time when Gucci Mane was dropping like 7 albums a year. And Charlamagne was like, why do you drop so much? Why won't you like be a little bit more considerate and pull back from dropping so many albums and mixtapes and shit? And he was basically said, nah, my fans want to hear from me all the time. My fans love my music. I make music for my fans. So if I put out 17 albums in a year, my fans are going to listen to it. If you don't listen to it because you got fatigue, fair, but my fans will want to hear from me at all times. So I think the same applies to Taylor Swift. If she did a 10-hour show, she'd still sell it out. Her fans want to hear her music at all times. They listen to it all the time anyway. So when they go and watch her perform, especially if they're paying like $200 plus for a ticket and shit, if she gives them a 10-hour show, they're going to be more than happy about that for sure. She's definitely giving them their money as well. So big up fucking her. Yeah, so I got some recommendations in the stream chat already of the song. So yeah, thank you for bringing. You know what I like? Yeah, big up Carrie. I know that's a bit of a cringy and cheesy song, but I really do like Shake It Off. I'm not gonna lie, I like Shake It Off. It's an immediate mood lifter. It's like playing Happy by Pharrell. You can't play that and dance to it and not feel good. Like Shake It Off is actually a really good it's actually a really good feel-good song. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know the mental image of me dancing to Shake It Off in the morning when I'm feeling a bit low is a bit wild, but honestly, it's actually a bop. It's actually a bop. Maybe, just maybe, Taylor Swift is actually good at what she does. Maybe she doesn't make all that money by fluke. Maybe she doesn't sell out all those shows by chance. Just maybe she might be actually good at what she does. Maybe all those hundreds of millions of fans are right. Maybe she knows what she's doing. I'm out here doubting her powers. Like, no. She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. Big up Mr. West. She's not terrible. But yeah. Big up everybody. Big up everybody. Big up everybody. Continuing on. Let's play this video. I want to play the video from Architectural Digest that features the one and only Little Baby doing a house tour. I normally like these videos, I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoy seeing the insides of some of these people's homes and seeing how they decorate them and furnish them and shit and blah 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 blah. So I'm curious to see, because I couldn't imagine what fucking Little Baby's house would look like. So I'm curious to see what his house actually looks like. So courtesy of Architectural Digest, inside Little Baby's stylish Atlanta oasis. Let's see what this looks like. I'm curious to see what it looks like, because it must be kind of plush. Must be kind of plush.
Welcome to my bachelor pad.
Ooh, I already like it.
So this is my home. I purchased this house a couple years ago and it looked nothing like this. I got my designer, Anissa, to come in and bring it to life.
I already like it. I don't know what that style is called, but I've always been a big fan of this. Like having a balcony in your home, but having the balcony overlook the living space. So there's like this really high ceiling. So the balcony kind of has a roof, but then the living space is just like open. So it just goes right to the top. I love that. And there's all that natural light coming in. That's fucking cool. I think sometimes you see that layout a lot in like Miami type of mansions and shit. They have a section where there's like a balcony that kind of looks over a living space and shit, or maybe a dining room. That's a really cool design. I'm sure it's called something, a style, but I love that style. All that natural light coming in, all that space. It looks fucking brilliant. That's really fucking cool.
Gutted the whole house out completely. Everything in the house I kind of designed to my liking. Growing up, I always aspired to have like crazy houses. Of course, I'm from Atlanta, and this house in Atlanta.
Growing up, I always aspired to have crazy houses. Like that's the most niggery thing I've ever heard, isn't it? What's a crazy house is? How many houses do you like? I've never understood people that have that many. Like how many houses do you need? Like how often are you gonna stay in them? If anything, once I get to a level where I could buy a house, I would want one in the home base, probably one either here or Manchester, and maybe have one abroad. But that's it. I'm not going to want 6 or 4 houses. Maybe have one in Europe, maybe in like Berlin, maybe in Madrid, maybe Barcelona, maybe in Paris or something. So like a European sort of like hub that I can go to and shit. But that'll be it. It'll be 2 homes. Or if I stayed in the UK, it'll be 1 home in the city and 1 home in the country. But people that have like 7 homes, like, I guess it's a flex as well, because if you have 7 homes, you have 7 people managing your properties, 7 different groups of gardeners and property managers and I don't know, whatever else, whatever. It's a lot. I don't know. I wouldn't want to have like that many houses. It's a bit too much for me personally, especially the stress of keeping up with the payments. I don't know. It'll be too much.
A lot of houses in Atlanta are not like this yet. They are building a lot of new houses. But from where I'm from, this is like a complete 0 to 100. This is like my bachelor pad. So I have company, some of the friends, some of my guys, and I also have like little parties, like, Mother's Day, Father's Day. Instead of renting out of...
Oh, it's in Atlanta. Okay, cool. It's not in LA. Okay, it's really nice. That's a really nice crib. I'm not going to lie. It's a very, very nice crib.
Place, we just use this house for that. So cool
what
little
you guys
living
saying?
space.
King Bayo, I like the house. It looks too dark. I like the white, but I just feel like all the black walls and floors would get hot as fuck. Yeah, I think they did that to make them like statement plates, to like highlight sections of the wall. Because if it was all white, it will kind of feel a little bit too sparse. You want to kind of break it up and kind of highlight certain bits like the fireplace, the TV, one side wall. It kind of helps break up the space. I get why they did it. Maybe go for a different color, maybe not black. It's not really the good thing is, looking at the picture, it's not like a black. It's almost like a charcoal, almost like a chalkboard type of color. So it doesn't really like, make it too dark, but it works. I get what you mean. I personally don't mind it. I guess it kind of helps to break up the room a little bit.
On the rock sofas. I got on the rock sofas at all my houses.
Oh, nice.
Kind of like these sofas because they super comfortable and they're kind of low. You can move the middle.
Oh, it doesn't look comfortable, does it? When he sat down on it, that kind of looked a bit hard. I'm not gonna lie. That didn't look comfortable at all. That looked very hard.
These sofas because it's super comfortable.
Yeah,
and they're kind of low.
They look like it had a little bounce in it. I kind of want my sofa to be a little bit like you sink in it. But I guess people are different. Some people maybe want, you know, sofas that are harder, but then the more you sit in them, they come a bit softer. I personally will like my sofas to be soft, so I could just kind of sink into them and kind of chill like that. But still, I don't mind it.
You can move the middle part.
I love the kitchen
up and
out of the
down.
back.
You can lay on it a bit. I sleep a lot, so this is why I catch a lot of Z's at when I'm here. I wanted to keep the house open, so if like people.
Oh yeah, good point, Uche. Hard to sit on it when it's too soft though. Yeah, very, very good point. Yeah, and it's also annoying when it's a really soft couch and then you're almost having to like, it's like you're in quicksand. You have to like fucking do all this shit to get up and stuff. It's a bit annoying, but when it's a bit harder, you just kind of probably pop up and shit. Yeah, I get it. I get you. It's a good point.
And dining room, living room, swimming pool, in the pool, wherever, everybody still feel together. Originally, this whole
Asad Aziz, AZ sinks in every couch he sits on, so it's not a concern. Yeah, man, wide batty Aggie, innit? That's what they call me, wide batty Aggie. Wide batty Aggie. Dee, dee. Until it comes to sit down in a chair. Dee, 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 dee. I'm backing up, bro. Move. Wide batty Aggie about to sit down and destroy your couch. That IKEA couch stands no chance when I enter the room.
area was outside. The wall maybe stopped from right here. So I wanted them to open this up and expand it a little more.
If I was being a little bit picky, if it was me and I had that games room, I don't know. It'd be a bit warm. I'd maybe want the windows to wrap around, so have no split there with the wall. I don't know if I'd put a snooker table there either, to be fair. Maybe it would be another living space. I don't know.
More. Put my nice pool table right here. Nice little pieces of art. I love this room too because all the doors open all the way up, so it gives me the whole little outside feel. A lot of gambling goes on this table. Pool and a lot of other things. All right, now we're in the kitchen. I love the double island setup because of 9 or 10 of us, we all just sit there.
I'm not gonna lie. I do like the double island setup too. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds like a jam. I'd probably be spending most of my time on there with my phone in my hand, chilling, playing tunes, relaxing, smoking a little doobie, eating some crisps, and just chatting shit. That's a cool little spot to hang out in. I'm not gonna lie.
Drinking and eating. I got leather
really
countertops.
cool spot.
I like the black vibe versus like the traditional granite or like marble. I wanted to go like black because we do use it a lot and I don't want to like stain it as much as possible.
Yeah,
this is my bachelor pad, so I don't cook here. I have a chef to come here and cook for us.
Big up Super Jello. Let's work on the first island, B. Big up Super Jello. Very true. Let's work on the first island. Let's focus on getting a house with a kitchen that isn't joined to your living room. Let's focus on getting an apartment where you can't hear your neighbor flushing their toilet through the walls. Oh yeah, big up Super Jello.
But sometimes when I don't have a chef, my kids like want me to cook, just something cool for us to do. Last thing I cooked for my kids was maybe like tacos last Tuesday, something like that. If I cook, it's gonna be like something cool, like something for them. They could kind of help me out a little bit. I have a few art pieces, starting to get into it. This is a piece from a Black Atlanta artist, Horace Imhotep. Kind of just give me the vibe of a little young black boy, but in his eyes is dreaming for the stars. My favorite part of the kitchen would have to be like the Nana windows. They open all the way up.
Ooh.
It kind of gives you the whole.
That's lovely.
Inside, outside
I like
feel.
that. Yeah, bro. I like that.
And you're having like a pool party.
Oh, that's fucking lovely. That reminds me of some restaurant I visited in Bali back in the day. Yeah, that reminds me of fucking Bali. I went to this amazing fucking restaurant in Bali that had a view like that. It kind of overlooked all the forests and shit. You saw the trees and shit. And you're eating your fucking overpriced fucking avocado toast. Oh, that looks fucking good. That looks really fucking good.
People outside, they don't have to track water in the house and stuff. They can come here and get their food from the chef, something to drink, whatever may have it. These are my panel refrigerators that match all my cabinets and whatnot. Don't really have a lot of stuff in here because we hardly ever hear. Water, a little Gatorade, just the minor stuff. No. I'm big on water. I drink a lot of water. Lately, I've been in my Miami crib, so I haven't been here. By the way, the last time I was here was for...
Am I the only person that... I don't know. I quite like having like a standalone fridge. Maybe buy one of those really big, gaudy sort of like Jetsons-inspired fridges, right? Like opens up. But I don't like that version where it's like it looks like it's a cabinet, but you open it, it's a fridge. I want it to look like a fridge. You know what I mean? I want my fridge to like stand there. But maybe that's the English and British in me. Because most homes in England have that. Even mansions, they'll have like a standalone fridge. They won't be, maybe the American style, you guys like to kind of blend it all in. So it all looks like cabinets, but then you open one, it's a fridge. You open one, it's a fucking, sink thing and whatever it may be. But I'd want my fridge to look like stand on its own, like so you can clearly see that's a fucking fridge. I don't really like the, that's what it's good. Big up, hideaway fridge. Yeah. I don't really like the hideaway, like that kind of fridge. I don't personally like that personally. I want to see it. I want to see the fucking fridge. So if you ask me, hey, where's the fridge? It's there. You know what I mean? Yeah.
My son's kindergarten graduation. He had a party with 30, 40 kids and my family came over. I like to have parties here. This is the dining room, which is not for dining because I love these chairs so much and I don't want people to get comfortable just getting this dirty. So for now, this is just...
Yeah, I don't like this sort of stuff. My mum has this sort of stuff as well. My mum likes this sort of stuff as well. I like everything in my house to be functional. I wouldn't want to have a dining room that you couldn't dine in or they wouldn't let people sit on because the chairs are really nice and fancy. It doesn't make any sense. Don't get me wrong. I get why that table's beautiful. So are the chairs. I understand why he doesn't want to let people sit on them. But I would want everything in my house to be functional. If it's a dining room, you can sit on it. You can cut up lines on it. You can shit on it. You can do whatever you want on there. But it's not gonna. I'm just gonna. I don't want to have like a showroom, in my house. I want everything to kind of be, useful.
It's a statement piece. I have an Italian imported marble table from the Vitality collection. And my designer actually came up with that. She designed this table one-on-one for me, so you won't see this table nowhere else.
That's fucking nice.
And she called it the Vitality because it looked like it has veins, like a human heart almost. And because they had to make the table, it took them an awful long time. I almost pulled the plug on the table and just got me a new table. But once it arrived, it was worth the wait, definitely. I got the lights put in on the floor to like resemble a rug. And right here we have the mirror panels from London.
That's really cool. The lights are cool.
Each one was hand placed. I love this little setup.
That's fucking cool. The lights on the bottom are really cool. I like that.
This is a little chill area. Mama chair. I have a few of these. I have a smaller one for my kids too. This is one of the places I can sit down and talk on the phone.
I'm not mad at that.
Nobody don't sit over here but me.
I ain't mad at that.
This is my primary wing. The glass doors on the closet. My two sons, Loyal and Jason. Nice. This is like an overflow closet. It's the summertime right now. These are like winter clothes, pants. And whenever I run out of space in one of the other cribs or something, I just bring my overflow stuff here. I have a lot of significant pieces in here, I'm sure. This right here is actually an outfit that I wore on tour every night, my last tour. So eventually I'll frame this up and hang it. A couple jerseys from different little states I go to perform and they give me jerseys. I like this closet setup though. I don't wear nothing in here. It looks great though. Sneaker closet. And a lot of these
I'm starting to not like this version of like displaying your sneakers where you sort of make it look like a shop. It's a bit cringy, but I kind of would want to have my shoes set up in boxes like OG sneakerheads back in the day. I swear to God. Maybe now I'm getting back into it, but I don't really like the whole like shelving with the LED spotlights and shit and, displaying your shoes like they're works of art. It's like, bro, they're just shoes. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's a bit too much. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he's got them arranged by color as well. So they've all been arranged by color and everything. So it's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. But I think if it was me, I'd actually go back to how I used to do it and have my fucking shoes stacked up in boxes, which I don't do anymore. Because at the moment, when I purchase shoes, I usually just chuck the boxes away because I usually wear all my shit into the ground. But I think nowadays, I think I'm kind of reverting back to that thing. So, you know, it's well done, but I think it's a little bit too much for me.
Shoes are shoes that I'm probably not gonna wear again. Well, I will wear these. Very Yeezys. Not the only, but one of the cool pieces in here. I usually bring my clothes when I come here to the point where the shoes are almost like art color coordinated. Just some little eye candy for when you walk in the bedroom. Nice. This is an infinity couch, which is so soft, feels like a cloud. You can lay out on it, you know? Really cool little vibe. In this area, I really love the lighting here. Yeah,
that lighting is fucking brilliant. That's really fucking cool. Don't get me wrong. It's giving hotel lobby, I know, but it is pretty cool, you know? And I don't know, but a lot of dudes nowadays seem to like to, you know, furnish their house or their homes or design them to look like hotels. I don't know why that's the case. That's it's become like a bit of a trend. Everyone kind of wants that. Loads of mirrors, loads of gold, loads of gaudy LED things, right? I don't know. Guys seem to like to make their houses look like hotels, but that particular light fixture is really, really cool.
I have to change sheer walls. A lot of stuff is like kind of art to me versus useful.
Yeah, exactly, Uche, exactly. Look at that, Uche. Look, that looks like a hotel. That looks like the check-in desk is on the right-hand side. That looks like a hotel you'd see anywhere in the world. Yeah, that is. Yeah, that angle's not the best. That angle that's not the best at all. That is definitely giving hotel or like co-working space reception. You know, like WeWork when WeWork was popping off. That looks like fucking WeWork. You know, that fucking looks like a WeWork reception area.
And this is one of those places that when I walk in, it just looks super sexy to me. And this is where the magic happens at. I'm not here a lot, so a lot of magic don't happen in here. Fireplace, nice TV. I like the wall fixture, and I also love the ceiling, kind of like a piece of jewelry imported from Italy. Nice little swing. You know?
Hey, little sex swing, yeah? Freaky ass little baby. Freaky ass little baby's got a little sex swing in the corner of the room. I feel him. Sometimes when you got a goon, you want a little swing as well. You want to get a little fucking, you know, you want to get a little bit of motion, you get me? You want to rock on the XY axis, you feel me? Love it, love it, love it.
Ceiling joint. I actually sit here a lot though. This is like a cool little chill spot to me. Yeah, I like to move. I don't like to sit still. So even when I'm sitting down, I'm still moving.
Little baby's definitely a little freaky boy, innit? Definitely a freaky ball.
Little chill spot to me.
Definitely a freaky ball. Look how he's got his hands in the air. Yo, little baby's a freaky ball. You know he's got his legs up in it. You know that's the position he locked into straight away without even thinking. You know he has his legs up in the air. Some fucking starlets stripper down on the floor going fucking crazy. Look at how he's got his hands in the air. Little baby's a freaky ball. Freaky ball, huh?
I like to move. I don't like to sit still. So even when I'm sitting down, I'm still moving. Magic can also happen right there too.
Yeah, I bet it can. I bet it can, bro. I bet it can.
This is my bathroom, which I think personally is one of the most stunning.
Ooh. Again, it's giving hotel. I'm not gonna lie, it's giving hotel, but it does look fucking beautiful.
Parts of the house.
That bathtub
Everything's
is so
super
nice.
clean, like a nice hanging sink. I got a slits in the marble for the water to go down. Keep a double sink, you know, it's out my way, I'm out your way type of thing. My tub, also imported from Italy, weighs a couple tons. We actually had to get it lifted through the window for it to be able to go in here.
So nice.
Amazing tub. I haven't took a bath in here yet. One day I will though. And this is my shower where I spend most of the time, believe it or not. The shower is where I can get a peace of mind, get my thoughts together, think about how I'm gonna knock all this money off, you know?
Ooh, I don't mind that. Ooh, I don't mind that. Ooh, I wonder. You know, I'm on my journey. I'm on my wealth creation journey. But what would the two different levers would be for in the shower? Would one be for hot and one be for cold? Are most of the pores just having one tap like I have? Is that what it is? Is one hot and what for cold? That's fucking crazy. I'm only used to having one multi-directional tap. Left for hot, right for cold. But I guess when you're rich, you have like two different ones to control two different fucking temperatures. That's fucking great. I love that. Or maybe two different modes on the shower head. I don't know. Either way, it's fucking cool.
So I could easily spend an hour in the shower. Nice shower, big enough, very relaxing. I love the window vibe, little LED vibe. Everything's super cozy in here. And then last but not least, I got the fireplace in the bathroom. I'm usually super cold when I get out. When I first wake up in the morning, I'm usually super cold. So I can come right here and check my messages or whatnot. I love this bathroom. I get a lot of inspiration from the bathroom and the houses.
Yeah, I gotta agree with him. I get inspiration from my bathroom too. I spend too much time in the bathroom. Whether I'm fucking always showering, covering myself in fucking, cremes and South fucking Korean fucking ointments to make my skin bouncy and all this type of shit. I spend a lot of time in there. I love a good think in the fucking toilet. I love a good think in the toilet. And can you imagine the type of thinking you'd be doing that to a toilet, bro? You could be doing cartwheels in there, bro. Backflips in there, bro.
Being an artist and going to different places, I stayed in a lot of hotels, a lot of Airbnbs. Then when I come home, I don't got that same feeling. So I wanted to have that same feeling when I go to the nicest places in the world and how they bathrooms and how they houses look.
Hold on. Did he have a painting on the side of the wall that said excellence? The definition of excellence. That's so corny. That's like a modern day version of like live, laugh, love, isn't it?
Then when I come home, I don't got that same feeling. So I wanted to.
Yeah, look, he's got the dictionary definition of excellence hung up in a frame on the side. Oh, come on, little baby. That's kind of cringe. What the fuck is that, man? Come on.
Have that same feeling when I go to the nicest places in the world and how they bathrooms and how they houses look. I wanted to, pick it out that a little bit.
Ooh, look at the movie
This is my theater room.
Ooh,
I want it to be different from other theaters.
Look at
These little cubbies, you can have your own.
Those chairs are so nice.
Personal space. You actually can, two people can fit on here.
That might be my favorite. Those might be my favorite seats in his house. Look at those. Those are so cool. And it's got the little place where you can put your feet up as well. Oh, that is really nice. Those chairs are fucking cool. I love those chairs. Those are really fucking cool. Yeah, I'm all for those chairs. I love those chairs.
You got your little date. I got y'all a little movie night. Y'all could be separate or y'all could be together. They also each have a little table, like the movie theater. Popcorn machines and all that type of stuff in here. Sometimes I bring my portable studio where I could just like set it up right here. Just wrap inside of here. I got these like movie script posters all around the room, but this one is the most significant to me. This is the documentary of my life called Untrapped. It's actually on Amazon Prime and you can go and see it. But that's the vibe of it when you come in, movie theater. Nice. Now playing. We got a couple more. Juice Boys in the hood, Scarface, got a little wet bar. I love candy.
I don't like how they done them though with the lights in the back. You just hang the movie posters in a frame by themselves. Why they like, I guess they like printed on some like translucent screen with the light in the back. It kind of washes it out. It doesn't, not necessary. I just would have had the posters just in a frame by themselves, We don't need to have that effect. It kind of makes them look a bit weird. But I guess maybe it doubles up as a light source. If you don't want the room to be completely dark, you can turn on those lights to kind of give it a little bit of a warm sort of like glow, I guess. But yeah, I don't know.
I'm always stocked full of candy everywhere.
Stock full of candy, 3 jars.
Nice little vibe.
Oh, the pool is nice. Oh, a little jacuzzi there as well.
This is my backyard.
Nah, the backyard is banging. The backyard is really fucking nice. The backyard might actually be better than the entire house. I'm not gonna lie. The backyard looks like a fucking jam.
All right. My kids love swimming. They spend most of their time in the pool. Yeah, maybe I'll go for a swim today when I get my kids. Nice jacuzzi, nice sitting areas. I'm outside a lot.
Yeah.
I do a lot of recreational things outside.
Yeah, outside is definitely better than the inside.
This is my basketball court. We spend a lot of time on the basketball court. Little exercise, little workouts. A lot of money's been made here.
Nice.
And lost. People don't think I can play basketball, but I actually ain't that bad. And I'll be having a lot of kids.
He definitely didn't get that one, did he? The camera didn't even go to the fucking net. That's hilarious.
My nephew, them, they little basketball cousins and stuff. So I wanted like 3 little hoops where everybody could use the whole
That's
court
so
or
cool,
use
man.
different
I like
courts
that.
or whatnot. This playground actually comes from one of my old houses. In the future, I think I'll build me a gazebo over here or something. And this is another part of the backyard. Of course, if you're gonna have a bachelor pad,
good.
you gotta have a grill. The
So
chef comes
good.
and get on the grill. This is actually more of my outdoor kitchen, I like to call it.
yeah.
With stove outside, dining table. I love this area.
Nigga has 2 kitchens, 2 islands. Fuck.
One of the only places that you're gonna get shade in the backyard for real. So I definitely like this area. Take you a nap. The mosquitoes don't kill you. It's definitely like a center space for me. I could watch the kids while they're in the pool. Chefs in there, people need me. I could kind of sit right here. This is like a midpoint for me outside.
Yeah, I fuck with it. Nice home. He's got a very nice crib. The backyard is definitely my favorite area. Some of the furnishings are a little bit hotel-y, but everyone seems to like that sort of trend, so it kind of is what it is. I love that big open space in the living room that he's got with the balcony that kind of overlooks it. It kind of makes the space look really big and gives it a lot of room and loads of natural light coming in and shit. The 2 kitchen islands, fucking genius. I love that idea. Great place to hang out as well. And yeah, really good crib. Love his crib, man. Love little baby's crib. Love little baby's crib. So, I was just checking my phone and I noticed an update courtesy of the Fighting the Kids subreddit. There's a big update. Somebody on the Fighting the Kids subreddit was able to get an early copy of the Golden Hour, which is due to premiere very soon. I think maybe in an hour. Golden Hour's premiering, latest episode. And there's an actual clip here that somebody posted that gives Brendan Schaub's side of this Starbucks altercation. This incredible, crazy, long-winded explanation by his wife about some run-in she had with some guy that then turned into this full-out fucking beef, which then resulted in Brendan having to drive over there and threaten this guy with his life and shit. Fucking insane. So Brendan's going to give his side on Golden Hour. So we're going to quickly react to that now, live and in the moment. So let's see what this is all about, because I'm curious to see and to hear Brendan's side of the story, because from Joanna's side, Brendan's wife, it sounds bad across the board. They all sound horrible. They sound fucking horrible. Brendan's lucky he didn't die. He went there with all the intention of fucking the guy up because his wife kind of wound him up on the phone and made it sound like the guy was harassing her, when clearly I think it was just a standard fucking road rage sort of like altercation that happens all the time. You should just quickly move on, but she turned it into a big deal. Either way, I'm gladly nothing happened to him, but I'm curious to hear his opinion on what happened and what went down. So let's play this clip. Let's react to this one. I'm curious to see what happened. What's his side of the story? Let's see. Starbucks vigilante, Baba's side long. Big up Haphazard for posting this. Let's go. Let's see what he's saying.
I like doing less work. I like doing less work. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I almost got in a fight this morning. Straight up, closest I've ever been to getting in a fight.
Physical fight, not just an argument and an emotional fight.
Straight up, I got out of the car and threatened the guy.
Okay,
Wow.
well, that
From
to
the
me,
beginning.
why didn't you start the podcast with that? Okay?
I don't know.
Okay,
Because
so
we were
go
talking
ahead.
about movies and stuff. I didn't want to just jump in.
All right, so
Let's go to a commercial break first.
by the way, this
That'd be perfect, right?
yeah. This is never.
I fucking hate Eric Griffin, man. He's such a dork. He's such a fucking loser, innit? Like, everything I hate about a man, just like such a dork, lame, corny, like. I remember somebody said in the comments, like, no one laughs at Eric Griffin's jokes more than Eric Griffin. Like, ugh, yuck. Absolute yuck, man. Yuck to that man.
happened. Getting out of the car. All right, so what happened?
You guys have wife and kids. You would have got out the car. So
Okay.
I always work out early enough. So my wife posted. I didn't. What'd she post? She put, "You were my superhero today, and always I hope you talk about it on the pod, of course. But just so your kid, just know your kids and I were so proud."
I love how he has no trouble. I love how he has no trouble reading what she says. Clearly, they're on the same level of intellect. They're on the same level. They're literally a match made in heaven. They're perfect for each other because he's not struggling to read what she says at all. At all. At all. I love it. I fucking love it.
Oh.
how sexy you came to my rescue at Starbucks today. I'll forgive you leaving your shoes on the floor.
Okay.
All right.
So this was just now.
She still got to dig in. I like that.
Still got the dig in. At least she posted a picture promoting the giveaway. That's cool. DriveFastAllGas.com.
Okay.
So
She's not posting a picture promoting the giveaway. She posted a picture of you just driving the car on a random one. He's put a lot of miles into that fucking truck. That giveaway truck is gonna be run through. Whoever gets it isn't gonna get a brand new truck. That truck has lived a life. Brendan's driving that truck like it's his second car. Like, fucking hell.
I always
I'll
work
be in
out like
McAllen,
at
Texas, but that's not the.
I work out at 6 a.m. to get back in time to get the kids ready for school.
By the way, press extra doubt on that one. Press extra doubt that he works out every day at 6 a.m. Press extra doubt.
Back in time?
Yeah, dude. To get back in
Oh
time.
my God! Finally, someone figured it out.
So I leave at 6, right?
Chris being a cunt to Brendan is always funny. I swear to God. I know he's a diddler. And I know he belongs under a jail, but Chris ragging on Brendan is always funny.
Sorry.
So, God, so stupid. Can I get through this?
He's so angry. He's mad. He's mad he can't tell his mad story. Bro, it's a comedy podcast, bro. I know you were angry in a moment, but let's have some jokes. Let's have some banter. Let's lighten the mood. He's actually pissed off he can't give his angry play-by-play. He wants to give the angry rave through play-by-play, but his comedy co-hosts, his comedy podcast co-hosts are trying to make it funny. And he doesn't want to make it funny. He's in Rogan mode right now. He's in Rogan mode.
He's on an elliptical time machine. Oh, I'm good.
Marty!
Pterodactyls! On the elliptical!
Honestly, man. One day I wish someone would just stop and just be like, what's so funny? And no one laughs, just lets him like laugh out what he's saying. Elliptical, Stairmaster, burpees, sit-ups. And everyone just stops and just looks at him and be like, what's so funny? Wish someone does that. Like, what's so funny? Really? What's so funny? What did we just say now that would elicit this type of reaction where you're bending over on the table, about to die? Like, come on, man.
That's so stupid.
George Washington?
And dinosaurs, just in a made-up time. Fucking big-ass Triceratops on John Adams.
God.
Because they're around the same time. So I always leave the house early to get back, get the kids ready for school, summer camp, whatever. It's 7 a.m. I'm headed back. Okay. And
I love how they keep acting like they don't have nannies. I love this whole thing that's going on here. Like, it's just like them two in the house, running a household, running a business, keeping on top of things, stressed out. It's like, bruh, come on, man. Come on, like, I like how they're acting like there's not like some Guatemalan, Honduran, Nicaraguan, Bolivian, maybe Mexican nannies in that house. You know, come on, bro. Come on, man.
I call her and she's like, oh, we left already. I'm like, what the fuck you leave so early? She's like, Tiger has to get there early for summer camp, something has to do. She's like, we're in line at Starbucks.
Okay.
I'm like, what's Starbucks? She's like, the one off DeSoto right up here. So I'm like, all right, well, I don't want the kids to start the day without seeing me. I'll stop by the Starbucks.
Love it. Very cute, dude.
As we're on the phone, I hear, goo, get the car out, get the hell out the car, bitch. I'm gonna fuck you and the kids up.
Okay, already. Look at the lie already. Who's telling the truth? Oh, this couple, man. Brendan and fucking Joanna are fucking made in heaven, but the pathological lying is nauseating. Didn't Joanna say that she called him after the guy went and banged the car? So they get into an argument, her and the guy. Then she calls Brendan after and says, calm down, this guy's scaring me. Now he's saying he was on the phone to her and he heard the guy saying shit to her. Come on, man. Why lie? Why lie? The actual real story is still cool. Why add that little unnecessary lie? Oh, I overheard him. It's like, come on, man. Ay. Every day is not lie day. Jesus Christ.
I'm like,
Wait
whoa.
a minute.
She's like, babe, this guy's getting out of his car. He's banging on the thing. I'm like,
But hold on. So you heard it, but then she had to still tell you what was happening. And she said it in that calm tone. Babe, There's a man outside of my G-Wagon banging on the bonnet. He is threatening the life of your kids. What should I do? Like, what? That's how she responded, yeah? While you're on the phone. No screaming, no crying, no nothing. There's a man, unknown man, outside of G-Wagon. Cameras detected. Unknown man. Like, what? Fuck off.
Like, what? I go, lock the doors, roll up the windows, leave him there. Make sure he can't get out. I'm 1 minute away. Make sure his ass does not leave this. I can hear him yell.
Hold on. So there's a guy, there's a strange man trying to intimidate your wife at a Starbucks drive-thru. You think the best thing for you to do is to make your wife stop that guy from leaving so you can get there and beat his ass, as opposed to her just get away from the dude and get your kids to safety. Huh? Shouldn't the first thing you should say is, if he comes any closer, run him over and leave and go somewhere. Make sure the kids are okay, and then I'll come and deal with whatever I find in the car park. Not you block him and use your car as a shield. Like, what? What kind of advice is this? Honestly. Big up, I forgot who said it here in the stream chat. Who said it in the stream chat? I missed you. Apologies. I missed you. Someone said it in the stream chat. Who said this here? Either way, yes, it's Farfik. No, it's Farfik. Either way, you're not allowed to just come assault somebody because they said something. This is America. You're not allowed to. Yeah, cool. You know, no, I didn't say you're allowed to do anything. I don't encourage this at all. I think this is a bad move. I'm a fucking addict of the public freakout subreddit. I've watched too many accounts and interactions of people who think they can just go up to somebody, just like, you know, get into their faces and be threatening, and then they get their fucking head blown off. You don't just get to do that. Like, you know what I mean? You can, but you run the risk of losing your life. So I'm not advocating for this in the slightest. I just don't understand the narrative or the storyline or the encouraging of making your wife block the guy. Like, hold on, let me rewind it a little bit. I think he said he told her to stop the guy from leaving, didn't he?
George Washington?
And dinosaurs, just in a made-up time. Fucking big-ass triceratops on John Adams.
God.
Because they're around the same time.
Yeah, exactly, Assad Aziz. Absolutely run away from conversation. That's what you should be telling your wife. Please get the kids and yourself away from this dangerous man. And if anything, forget even trying to pick up what happens in the car park. Just get the kids away from this dangerous man. Tell me where you're at and I'll come and meet you. Then if the guy continues to follow you there, then that's his own issue. You can deal with it how you please. You can go John Wick if you wanted him. But telling your wife to stop the person that is intimidating and using threatening and whatever language or body language to get at you and stuff like,
No, so I always
Bad
leave
move.
the house early to get back, get kids ready for school, summer camp, whatever.
Okay.
It's 7 a.m. I'm headed back.
It's 7 a.m.
And I call her, and
You
she's
call
like,
her.
"Oh, we left already." I'm like, "What the fuck you leave so early?" She's like, "Tiger has to get there early for summer camp. Something has to do." She's like, "We're in line at Starbucks."
Okay.
Everything revolves around Tiger, by the way. Everything revolves around Tiger. Everything revolves around Tiger. The entire outings revolve around him. His siblings are going to end up hating him, innit? His siblings are going to end up hating him. All resources are poured in Tiger's direction. His siblings are going to grow up really resenting him. Tiger's the apple of everyone's eye in that family. Fucking hell.
I'm like, "What's Starbucks?" She's like, "The one off DeSoto, right up here." So I'm like, "All right, well, I don't want the kids to start the day without seeing me. I'll stop by the Starbucks."
Love
Okay.
it. Very cute, dude.
As we're
Good
on the
dad.
phone, I hear, "Goo goo, get the car out."
First lie, she said the guy did that, and then she called Brendan after. Brendan saying he heard that on the phone, which is what sent him into a blind rage, and why he went there, all guns blazing, ready to fuck this guy up. So somebody's lying. Who knows who?
"Get the hell out the car, bitch. I'm gonna fuck you and the kids up." I'm like,
Wait.
Okay, she didn't say he said that, but again, who knows who's lying here?
"Oh."
minute.
She's like, "Babe, this guy's getting out of his car. He's banging on the thing." I'm like, "What?" I go, "Lock the doors, roll up the windows."
I've got a feeling anyway. Part of me doesn't believe the whole story on either side, but I've got a feeling Brendan's wife was being a cunt to that guy. She said something snarky, made some sort of gesture, and he called her bluff. What do you say? What did you say? And then again, there's some sort of like, "Oh, shut the fuck up" type of thing. I think that's what happened. I think she actually is the one to blame for the whole thing. She tried to be smart and say something, you know, and then he obviously went up to her and said something back. I think that's what happened. Because she's trying to make it seem like this guy was trying to bully her. No. I think that wife said something. I think she started everything. I swear to God.
Leave him there. Make sure he can't get out. I'm 1 minute away. Make sure his ass does.
What?
Lock the doors, roll up the windows. Leave him there. Make sure.
Lock the doors, roll up the windows, and leave him there. What do you mean leave him there?
He can't get out.
So she wants him to block the guy. Oh, my God. Bad advice.
I'm 1 minute away. Make sure his ass does not leave this. I can hear him yelling, hitting the car, right? So I go, what kind of car is he in? She's like, he's in a construction truck, like a white truck. I'm like, big dude? She's like, looks pretty big, has a beard. I'm like, cool, say less.
Is he black? Hispanic? Tattoos? Is he wearing a chain? Is he throwing up any is he like twisting his fingers in weird contorted ways? Is he saying on Hoover?
Pulling up, I'm taking a left-hand turn. I see that construction truck trying to get out of the way. I fucking cut through all the lanes, middle of traffic. I cut him off. I'm in my F100, the Velocity F100.
I'm in my F100. Batman coming through. I'm in my F100. People know I mean business. You see the F100, you know this motherfucker beats his wife and he beats random people in the streets.
Cut him off. This dude fucked up though, because your boy just got done with buys and chest.
And also, you worked out, you're loose.
I'm in a wife beater. Your boy got the veins coming out.
Right.
The funny part too is she goes, quit hitting my car. I'm gonna call my husband. He goes, get your little ass husband up here. See what the fuck's up. She's like, okay. She's like, okay.
Those kids don't stand a fucking chance, man. They have two absolute redacts as parents, bro. Fucking hell. I was doing chest and buys, so I was looking nice and like, what? Aren't you a professional fighter? You want to intimidate some like random construction guy in a wife beater because you're doing a couple of push-ups before you got there. What?
Fucking ears. He's zipper for no reason.
Cauliflower instead of the fucking.
Well, that's what you got to do too. You got cauliflower ears. If somebody talks shit, you just go like this.
Yeah.
What?
The bat signal is just a cauliflower.
Yo, big up Abe Martinez. I don't like wishing for bad things to happen, but I kind of wish Brendan gets humbled enough already. Nah, I don't want that at all. I don't think people need to get humbled like that to learn things. Just learn them anyway. You don't need to. It doesn't need to be that. It doesn't need to go to that length. So I don't want that to happen to him at all, because the consequences could be fatal. Like, I've seen enough videos of people who legitimately just feel like they're scared of their life and just pull out the gun and just go crazy. Hope somebody for sure in his life, in his family, will hear about this and will react to it the same way we're reacting to it and tell him that was fucked up, that was crazy, that was insane, that was super dangerous. You could have got yourself hurt and killed. You could have put your family at risk. Don't do that again. It's going to get through to him. Someone close to him is going to tell him not to do that again, because this is mad. Especially nowadays, how people are. Like, to be walking around like this or acting like this is insane. Like, it's insane even just in a self-defense way. There's plenty of regular guys out there who fucking train every day, work a 9 to 5 and do their own thing. You would never know looking at him. This guy's a black belt. He can beat your ass. He can twist you in all different ways. He'd fucking knock your head off your shoulders. Just leave people alone. Leave people alone. If you can diffuse situations and kind of just leave it at some, frosty words exchange, do that. Not everything needs to be a violent fucking, confrontation, because sometimes you're going to test the wrong person and they're going to make you pay. So I hope that doesn't happen to him, because this is fucking insane. And don't they say as well, people in cars, don't they have like heightened sense of like fear and stuff, right? That's why they say, like, that's why people say like road rage is so common, because when you're in a car you kind of have this like understanding that you're such a fragile place. Any kind of thing, slip of concentration, it could cost you your life and shit. So with that being said, people are going to be prone to like going to the end, and in order to kind of preserve their life and shit. So you have to be very careful.
It was a cauliflower with cheese on it.
It just looks like a tortellini in the sky. Everyone's like, is Batman hungry? Yeah.
So then what happens? I love this kind of moment.
Dude, so I cut him off. Dude, he just fucked up because all the stars aligned. I was right up the street. Otherwise, I would never get there in time.
All the violent stars aligned.
So I cut him off. And he's like, nah, man. He's in the car going, nah, man. I go, no. And I'm calm in this situation. So I go to open.
I'm calm in the situation. You cut across 4 lanes of traffic and block this guy in the middle of the street, allegedly, according to you, but you're calm in the situation.
The door. I go, get the fuck.
What door? His door?
His door. I go to open it. I go, get the fuck out the
and
car.
it's this thing? Okay,
That's it. That's him. And he goes, nope. And I go, get the fuck out the car. He goes, nope. I go, roll down the window. He rolls down the window. And I just very calmly, I go, do you have a gun? He goes, what? I go,
How is this a good story? How does this make him look good? What about if he rolled down the window and just shot you in the face? Do you have a gun? What? Are you a fucking Fed? Like, what is this? Do you have a gun? Are you the police?
I go, do you have a gun? He goes, no. I go, very cool. Get the fuck out the car. He goes, nah, man. I go, no, I heard you. I thought, keep the same energy. You're threatening my wife and kid, man. I'm the husband. Bring his bitch ass up here. Well, here I am. Get the fuck out the car. He goes, nah. And I go,
I don't believe this interaction at all. This sounds like a plot from a movie. I don't believe this script in the slightest. I don't believe this script in the slightest at all. Press X to fucking doubt that this exchange even happened the way he said it happened. He came through as a fucking hero, get out of the car, like fucking Batman. Get out the car. Get out the fucking car. Like, what? What next? Little smoke grenades to make him confused, and he dragged him out. Like, fuck off, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, get the fuck out the car. He goes, man, I'm just having a rough morning. I go, dude, I can't emphasize enough. Your morning's about to get a lot fucking worse.
Why does everything sound like a fucking movie thing? Your morning's about to get a lot worse. My middle name is Bad Morning. What? What the fuck is this?
Get out the car. He's like, nope, not getting out of the car. I'm like, dude, get out of the car. He's like, I'm not gonna fight you in the middle of the road. I go, all good, dude. You just
I'm not gonna fight you. Oh, Brendan out here trying to beat up construction workers because they're dared to beep at his wife at a drive-thru because she was taking too long with her order. Honestly, that's what probably happened. She was probably taking too long, debating whether or not she should get fucking almond milk or coconut milk in her fucking latte. The guy beeps a couple of times, gives her the finger, and then she decides to call Brendan and tell him that he's threatening the lives of her and the children, and then it turns into this issue. Honestly, bro, losing your life over a latte is fucking insane.
turn around. You see that dumpster behind the Starbucks? I'll fight you behind there. I'm telling you, no, I won't touch you. Just drive your fucking car to there, and I'm gonna fuck you up right by that dumpster. And he's like, nah, the thing is, and I'm like,
I can't believe they believe this story. This is such a fucking fabricated story.
What do you say? What is the thing?
And my kid and wife
thing is what?
kid and wife are there, just like I can see them
yeah,
watching,
yeah.
and I'm just super calm. And I'm like, no, dude, just we'll do it here, we'll do it there. But either way, you can't talk to people like this, man. Like you think you're tough, talking shit to an innocent female and two kids.
crazy.
I said, you said you were gonna fuck
Innocent. Press X to doubt.
kids up. He's like, I never said that. And I go, Tiger. I said, he's 8, dude. Tiger, did he threaten?
Hold on. You're doing this in the middle of the street. You can see your kids and your wife in the car over there. Then it switches to you telling Tiger, hey, did he say what he said he said? So what? Was Tiger in the car or was he next to you? What? There's so many holes in this story. First they locked in car with the windows up over there. Now suddenly Tiger's next to you, giving you the play-by-play of what this guy said to the mum. Come on, man. You lying, bro.
And he goes, yep. I go, there you go, dude. Get the fuck out the car. He goes, no, man. I go, dude, I'm telling you, just go over there and we're going to figure this out. And he's like, the thing, just fucking almost gets in a fucking wreck and just takes off.
What's Farfix saying here? Dude, I know it's fucked up, but you can literally scream in his wife's face that she's a bitch and you're not allowed to assault him. What are you talking about, my friend? What do you mean? Do you mean if somebody was to scream at Brendan Schaub's wife in the face and call her a fucking bitch and every other expletive under the sun, Brendan has no recourse to hit that person, you're saying? I guess you're talking about US law, I'm assuming.
And I hear my kids like, yeah.
Wow.
And then I turned around, I said, "T and Bossy, what was the lesson today?" They're like, "Don't hit mom's car." I'm like,
That's what?
"Sure, that's fine." Also,
Sure.
fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out. Yeah. He's too big. He gets stuck.
Oh, it's slow. No, it's slow. It's all.
I like how he told the story and was waiting for an applause, you know? And they just kind of looked at each other like, it's not that impressive, bro. Like, you can fight, clearly. You know, we've seen you fight. It's also a bullshit reason to maybe potentially lose your life over. I don't know. What do you want? You know what I mean? He was waiting for a round of applause. Like, it didn't happen. Bit of an anticlimax at the end.
Well, that's like that. That's like Austin Powers. With Fat Bastard when they were doing the
What do you do?
the wire work. Remember Fat Bastard?
I love the difference in them comedically, right? So Chris makes whatever joke he made there. Brendan doesn't just like add to the joke. He just repeats the joke in another way. But then Eric adds to the joke. That's what comedians meant to do. You make a joke, you then add to it to make someone else laugh. But Brendan, the non-comedian, he just repeats what you said in his own way. It's like, come on. Anyway, little banter thing that I just saw there.
Bastard,
I
and he
don't
gets
remember.
stuck.
No,
and
that's
he's
funny.
like, they show the 6 little Asian guys trying to hold him up.
But this guy, I mean, this is the internet in a nutshell. Like, there's no.
Oh, the internet. Of course. Papa's going to use this as a moment to, like, not so subtly threaten people online. The Reddit people, the trolls, detractors, YouTubers. What does this have to do with people that think you're not funny? What does this have to do with people that make videos pointing out some dumb thing that you said? What? Reddit troll? Like, he's gonna talk about Reddit trolls now, isn't it? He's gonna talk about Reddit trolls. This guy in the truck is probably a troll. He's probably a mod on the Fire and the Kids subreddit. Hiding behind his keyboard, covered in Cheeto dust.
Repercussions for your actions. And I told Tiger, I'm like, that's a bull.
Bro, there's never repercussions for your actions usually during fucking road rage disputes. Sometimes you're road rage dispute with somebody, you can sometimes be following each other for like 5 minutes, just swearing at each other back and forth. Then one of you decides to turn right and it's over. Usually there's no repercussions. Repercussions usually happen when you actually get out and start doing like face-to-face shit, whatever. But most of the time, you flip somebody off, you say something, you call somebody out their name, and you just keep it moving. Like, well, repercussions. Okay, let's continue.
Bully dude. I said, notice how his tune changed when I confronted him. Because he can beat you and your mom up, but he can't beat me
For
up.
now.
So look how, for now.
Yeah.
Give Tiger another year.
Yeah.
Give him another year. I said, but see how his energy changed when I showed up?
Joanna another
and
year,
Joanna
she'll kick his
goes,
fucking ass.
Joanna, I called her after it.
So stupid.
It took way too long.
That's so ridiculous. So wait.
I told Joanna, she goes, you know what's fucking terrifying or what? She goes, how calm you were. She's like, that scared the shit. I'm like, yeah. People that can fight who can handle themselves aren't all crazy.
Yeah.
She goes, you just walked out and went, do you have a gun? And he was like, no. I was like, cool, get out the car.
Well, that
It's always
is
better to be calm.
Yeah. Well,
Which
also
it
like
escalates the situation.
Yeah.
Guy is such a fucking liar, man. It's such a lame thing to lie about. It's like, who cares? Like, why are you even talking about this? Like, I don't know. It's almost like you're trying to goad somebody into like doing something. Like, why would you even tell this story on the podcast? You know? I don't know. It's just, you know how crazy people are. Like, what are you doing? Are you trying to get someone to test you or something? Is that what you want to do? You want someone to test you? You want to prove people wrong and show them that you're bad? Is that what you want to do? Okay, man. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, I guess, to equate it to something that I know about, like, it's like when people are like, how do you deal with hecklers? It's like,
Something I know about. What? I love that narcissistic trait in comedians. What does this have to do with you and fucking touching up underage girls allegedly? What does his story about nearly beating up somebody that allegedly, harassed his wife at a parking lot have to do with you being cancelled for having a proclivity for like under 16-year-old girls allegedly? What does that have to do with it? Please let me know.
It's the same.
You've been there.
You've been there. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna get your fucking head caved in, but
I wasn't gonna cave his head in.
No, I know.
Tiger asked, "What would you do?" I'm like, I wouldn't throw a punch. I would just wait for him, and then I would get out the way and choke him unconscious.
Right.
And I'd put him back in the truck and film him. I go, as he comes through, I'm filming. There you go. There you go. There you go. You know you fucked up, right?
that would be.
It'd be really funny. It'd be really actually funny. It'd be really funny. You know how he keeps saying like no one could beat him up and only John Jones and Tyson Fury can ever beat him up and shit? Imagine, because he doesn't really train much since he quit the UFC, he doesn't roll. Yes, he was a professional fighter, but he doesn't really practice or try to keep his skills sharp. Imagine if nowadays, like some regular guy that works a 9 to 5, but just happens to do MMA on the side after work every week, evening or something. Imagine you get into altercation with just some dude who beats his ass and he's like several weight classes lower than him or something. Imagine how embarrassing that would be. Former UFC fighter, professional UFC fighter, heavyweight at that, just gets like handled in the parking lot of a Target by some dude that takes like Muay Thai classes on the weekend. You know how embarrassing that would be.
So funny.
Yeah, the guy just like, what?
Yeah.
I missed the beginning. Why was he doing
that's
it?
what I was gonna ask too. What happened?
Yeah.
I get he was in that big fucking construction like city truck, and he couldn't fit through the drive-through.
Okay.
So he was reversing, and Joanna just gave her like a curt like beep, like I'll get out the way.
Right,
And
right,
then the car behind her, because she was backing up, held on the horn. And I guess he thought maybe it was
Okay,
hers,
sure.
but he was pissed.
I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that. I believe the interaction started bad because she said something. What the fuck you doing? Or something. Just something excessive, which then led to the fallout. I don't believe she was just like, oh, sorry, I'm actually here. Little old me, my little G-Wagon. I'm not sure if you noticed. I don't think that's how the altercation started. I don't think so. I think they all played their part in this mess, but I think she also played a more significant part than she's making it seem. I don't think that story happened the way it happened. I don't think so.
And then she was like, oh, I'm going to get out the way so you can back up. And that's when he got out and started hitting the car. She's like, whoa, dude.
But what if you what if you saw footage?
Big up Young Gold vibes. I'm low key tired of this man, but we're just he's good. Don't worry, we're gonna get through it. We're gonna no more pausing. Let's just get through it. He's probably gonna. You know what's funny? He's probably gonna talk about this again on Fighting the Kid. We're gonna get another version of this story on the Fighting the Kid. I can't wait.
And it was really this. It was really Joanna going like this.
That's so funny.
And I just, my husband will come here and fuck you up.
Imagine. On the CCTV.
There was a time when he got a little ghetto because she pulled up
Tiger's
next
like,
to him.
Yeah, my dad'll fuck you up.
Drops the N-word. I'm like, whoa, hey, whoa.
What if it's like all her fault?
That's all her fault.
Yeah.
He did nothing.
Yeah.
No, but there was a
He's
time.
crying. He's like, I just want,
I just want my cappuccino.
No, sit there.
No, there was a time when I was like, okay, this is getting weird. And Joanna was like, yeah, talk that shit now. Yeah, I'm like, calm down.
I mean, yeah, but I get that. And I mean, that's so. To be a woman and have to deal with that must be bananas, bro. And I don't fault her for being like that afterwards. I mean, I know you don't want to escalate the situation in any way, but like,
she was loving it, mate. She was loving every moment of it. She was loving the opportunity to fucking, to call him to come down and kick someone's ass. She wanted to see violence.
God, that must feel so good for her, dude.
She was like, I've never been so turned on.
There
I was
you
like,
go.
That's what it took. That fat construction guy?
That's a
No, it's
basic.
not the fat
'cause that's a
construction guy.
basic.
No, I'm just saying like that. Of course I can whoop his ass. I'm like,
But that's a.
you don't know that
yeah,
from
but
the
you
get-go?
came to her rescue.
Yeah, it's not about.
Oh, dude, I'm talking under 45 seconds.
Yeah, no, I know.
And Tiger's like, Jesus.
crazy.
Like,
Oh,
hang
that's-
tight. You got a gun?
That's funny.
He almost had he had the Ghostbuster siren on his car.
Yeah.
That lightning forward thing. Dun, 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 dun. Well,
That'd be
good.
sick.
We can call Brendan. Well, that's good.
All the
good
stars
for you.
aligned.
That's funny.
The guy
man.
just fucked
Yeah.
up. He's like, man, I'm just having a bad morning. I'm like, I get that. It's about to get a lot worse, dude.
Yeah. Wow.
Weird.
Wow.
Well, at least you didn't.
I'm down for that shit.
Look, you didn't have to fight. You know.
Yeah.
I wanted
I mean,
to.
ultimately,
I'm at that point in my
I don't
life.
think you wanted to.
I promise you I wanted to.
Well,
If you wanted to fight, it would have been. It would have
No,
been.
I'm worried.
you
No, I'm worried
pulled
about
him
getting
out of the
sued. No, I
car.
can't. No, I can't because I told him that too. I'm like, dude, you get out of the car, you're gonna get fucked up.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I'm giving warnings because if he's filming or
But then you open the car door and tell him to get out of the car, and now you're telling him if he gets out of the car, he's gonna get fucked up. What? If you went to fight the person, you would have beat him up. You're like, oh, honestly, I'm worried about being. I think all the he needs to buy a heavy bag. That's what he needs to do. Buy a heavy bag and put it in the fucking garage and shit. He's clearly pissed off about stuff happening in his life and maybe the YouTube videos and the Reddit and the drama and the cancelled his fucking comedy career, blah 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 blah. Take out your aggression on the fucking heavy bag, bro. Like, cause this is gonna end in tears.
it's because he's in a city truck. I've gave him several warnings. Don't get out of the truck. Get out of the truck, your day's gonna get a lot worse. Don't make me do this. Mm-hmm. So if it's in if it's on trial or it's in the court of law, they're like, he did warn his ass several times.
But
that's what goes through my head.
I know, but I don't know if that. I don't actually.
But you raced over there in 40 seconds. You cut through 4 lanes of traffic to stop his car from going. You then went over to his car door and tried to open it. You then told him to lower the window. Then you told him if he gets out, he's going to get fucked up. How would that work in your favor? You're the aggressor here in this entire situation. He was trying to leave, according to you. He was trying to get out of the parking lot. He was trying to go away from your wife and that interaction that you had. You cut him off. You keep him there. You threaten him. Like, several times. You ask him if he's got a gun. What?
Do you think that's going to help you in court?
No, except for the fact that they
like if you're Bruce Lee and you had the skills to kill someone.
That's not true.
But that's what I'm saying. You can't be like
these aren't like lethal weapons.
Get out of the car. Like, don't get out of the car. I'll fuck you. Like you're.
No, I gave him a warning. I said, get out of the car. He goes, no.
Get out of the car.
Except
you know why he's mixing his things up and he's not making sense? Because he's lying.
for they could argue that when he got out of the car, he took it as a life-threatening.
That's
thing.
what I was telling him. If you get out of the car, I'm assuming you want to engage in a physical.
Well, what I'm saying
combat.
is, if you really wanted to,
That's what. No one says physical combat in the heat of a fight. Would you like to engage in physical combat? What? Physical combat?
fight. I mean, there's ways to get him out of the car. I mean, you could have been like,
Trust me, he wasn't getting out of the car.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that must have been disappointing then.
Yes.
So you walked up and you were hoping that he was a tough guy.
Yep.
Trying to prove, because then you're like, yes.
I was just hoping it wasn't Francis Ngannou.
You know what I mean?
I hate when he does that. So only person that could beat up is Francis Ngannou. You don't think there's a regular guy on the street who could give you a good run for your money? Especially when you haven't been fighting for the last 5 years and you've been mostly doing Ozempic and shitting out your guts every two days and shit. Like, I don't know. I think Bappa overestimates his scrapping ability, but hey, what can you do? What can you do? What can you do? What can you do? That's the story. We're probably going to hear more of the story on The Fire and the Kid. And unfortunately, I'm going to cover it again because that's what I do on here. I know it's annoying. I know it's boring, but it is what it is. We got more lies, more fabrications, more twists, more turns. We might get another video from Brennan's wife. She might re-upload another video. You never really know. Clarifying what happened actually. Maybe explaining why she deleted the first one. You never know. But yeah, what an absolute shit show of a situation. Let's continue. Let's fucking continue. Next clip I want to play here, just to break up some shit. We're going to play this Abba and Preach video. We aren't trying to make money. Fresh and Fit respond to $3,500 yacht tickets. Let's see what I go on for Abba and Preach. I'm a big fan of Abba and Preach. I love their channel. Let's see what these motherfuckers are talking about. Let's see what Abba and Preach are talking about. Let's go. If you're enjoying the stream, you like what you see what you like, please like the stream. Don't be lame. Like the stream. If you see what you like what you see, like the stream. Greatly appreciate you.
Fresh and Fit involved in a scam?
Again! The yacht party and this entire past week was incredible. Thank you, Fresh, for the opportunity, and the entire FNF crew for pulling off another historic weekend on the books with all my Couch Club brothers. Member, fellow CEO, control every opportunity.
Shout out to you,
We
bro.
got some haters trying to say that the party wasn't lit. Like, bro, what the
So this is what happened, right?
That's some loser behavior, isn't it? Like, imagine paying money to attend a yacht club with these dorks because you think they're cool and because you think they get bitches and shit, like, and they're paying like OF girls and like prostitutes and like strippers to just stand around, and you're there as well. Like, you're just there. Like, I know you can't guarantee anything, but you're paying $3,500 to what? Stand in a yacht amongst other women who won't fuck you. Just go to a nightclub. Why would you pay $3,500 to stand in a yacht with women who wouldn't fuck you anyway, but now have to pretend like what? They like want to be your friend? Huh?
We're not saying the party wasn't lit. I'm sure it is lit for dorks.
Yes, exactly.
All right? If you're a fucking lame who likes to sit around and pretend to be a high value man while you and your group of friends sit there dancing and twerking to Sexy Red, which for a red pill audience is crazy. And you think I'm joking? This is not hyperbole. I want y'all to go find the original video of these grown ass men in their mid 30s and 40s twerking to Sexy Red.
So this is what happened, right?
That's a lot.
Guys, just so you know, people always spread propaganda to turn down.
I need to do impersonation of this guy, man. Just so you know, that voice, bro, and that face, fucking hell, he's so fucking ugly. Like, it's unreal how ugly this guy is, and that voice, whoo. Just so you know,
an awesome time, and they don't rock with us, so they want to make us look really bad. They had a ratio between, I want to say, 7-1.
My best thing that I like to sometimes watch go down a rabbit hole is because they sometimes have callers who are calling to their show Fresh and Fit, and there's a couple people who just rip into that punk. Was it? Well, I forgot his fucking name, but they'll rip into him, and they'll just let them do it because I guess they're super chatting or donating and shit, and it is brutal to watch, man. But there's some of my favorite videos. People put like compilations together of people giving him an absolute dressing down. They're so good.
So guys, it was that many girls.
Ask anyone that was there.
And guys, look at this.
You wanna know how it's crazy? A girl messaged me. I was like, "Why did you come on the yacht?" She was like, "I was there."
Yeah, I know.
Bro. Yo, I swear to God. Yeah. She was like,
there were so many girls there, I couldn't see them, and I had to message them. And honestly, bro, I just find it sad that there are guys out there that think these guys are the answers. That's the only thing I get sad by, because there's a part of me that doesn't really hate Fresh and Fit much because they don't pretend to be something they're not. They're kind of quite transparent who they are. You can just see by looking at them. But it just bums me out when I think about other dudes out there who look at them and think they're the saviors. You know, it's like, how could you think they're going to save you? How do you think they have the answers? Like, look at them. Have you heard how they speak? Have you heard what they say? Have you seen the things that they do?
a girl that I was talking to, I was like, yo, why did you come on the yacht? Like, whatever. She messaged me and said, I was there. And I was like, what? I told her, send me a picture. She sent me a picture. I said, what the fuck? I didn't even see you.
I'm telling you. Yo,
these...
Send me a picture. She had a picture of herself just standing in the crowd in the yacht. Okay, cool.
Guys, hold on. Yo, hold on. And reach talking shit. Losers,
Bills,
man.
I'm gonna say a video right now. Cause niggas need to know what time it is, bro. We don't play. Anyhow.
Walter, just stop talking. Guys, I'm gonna send you a video right now. Because niggas don't play. You know, we're real. Like the red pill. That being said, the truth is, the ratio was 7-1. 7 bad bitches and 1 man.
He's so lucky that girl had an abortion. I wanted her to follow through. He's so lucky that Chinese lady had an abortion, man. I would have loved to have seen how that arc would have played out. Water trying to be a dad. That would have been so fucking hilarious, man. He's so lucky she ended up, not going through with it. But that would have been so fun to watch.
1 coconuts in Barbados.
They put out some clips that aren't even indicative of what happened on the boat.
And some clips that weren't even indicative of what happened on the boat.
You need to stop.
I will not.
Aren't even indicative of what happened on the boat, and they're saying it flops. We made a profit. Niggas had fun. We went to the club afterwards,
And the goal wasn't to make a bunch of money.
By the way, what is the fascination with the boat anyway? I guess it's like a Miami thing, right? Why is the boat such a big deal? Why don't they just do this in a club? Why don't they just rent out an Airbnb? Like, why are they doing it all on a boat? I don't know about you guys. Have you been to boat parties? They're not that cool. They're kind of lame. Unless you've got like a proper yacht, like a crazy yacht, they're not that big either. They're kind of cramped. They're not that fun. I don't know. They're not that fun, really. Really not that fun. They're usually, I think boat parties or yacht parties work as like, that's like one of the spots that you bounce to. So you have maybe some fun in the penthouse. You maybe go to this boathouse or the yacht. Then you bounce to a restaurant. Then you bounce to a club. That works that way. But spending all your night on the yacht party is like lame. Lame, lame, lame. It usually is one of the, it's kind of like or maybe going to it as an afters is one thing. Like, okay, we're going to go to the club. Then we're going to go to the strip club. Then a select group of us will go to the yacht. That's one thing, but spending your whole night there sounds like a nightmare, bro. Like, they're not that fun. They're kind of shit. Personally. Maybe I've not been on really amazing ones, but I've been on a few, and they're not that great.
Yeah. Stupid. And I told y'all that from the beginning.
We made a profit.
Yeah, okay, big up everyone in the stream chat. Yeah, for the gram, basically. Big up Super Jello for the gram, exactly. Perk Angle, Florida thing. A boat is a huge flare. Okay, cool. So it's partly gram, and obviously Florida thing. Like you said, it's a status symbol being on a boat party. I get it. And maybe as well, you'd imagine as well, if that's true what you're saying about a status symbol, probably the type of girls that they're inviting there, they probably get wet when they hear somebody say it's a boat party because they assume it's going to be like, oh my God, just thought about it. I wonder if they scam the girls. Maybe they scam the girls too because they make these girls think they're going to a boat party in Miami or in Florida, and they immediately think they're going on a boat party with some high flyers, with some big dogs. Then their girls turn up to the boat party, and it's all these dorks that paid $4,000 for a ticket, wearing like fresh and fit hoodies. So everybody gets scammed. The dorks get scammed because they pay $4,000 to stand around and drink warm champagne amongst other dudes, and the girls also get scammed because they think they're gonna go meet football players and like entrepreneurs, but they're actually just standing there meeting people that subscribe to their OnlyFans. But
I like how the first thing he said is, yo, this party was a success. We made a profit. And then 10 seconds later, the goal's not to make a profit. I'm just curious. Forget our fans. Does any of the red pill people who watch us really think their goal wasn't to make a profit? I'm just curious.
Oh, and I wonder if they also do this because they got demonetized, didn't they? They got demonetized from YouTube recently. So I wonder if this is why they're doing this. They're doing these like $4,000 ticket events to maybe make up for the shortfall of the demonetization because they were really getting a lot of money through YouTube. I think at one point they were like top 10, if not top 5 super chatters on YouTube. So that's gonna leave a bit of a dent. So, money has to be made. So best way to do it, scam your fans. Great.
I don't think the red pill community claim us.
I don't think they claim us. They watch though.
I don't think the red pill community claimed them.
But in any case, we showed them a good ass time. Everyone had fun.
No, but was there anybody complaining who actually went?
No.
Yeah, so then
no.
Only haters.
Anybody complain? Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that, man? If you don't go fix my fucking Wi-Fi, man, who the fuck is that?
That talk shit about us, trying to say like
That
this
weren't
party
there.
was whack.
Guys,
Yeah,
I was the one
and not
talking to
music
all the
and
girls
shit.
behind the scenes.
That's another one online that he says all the time. There's that being said, I'm the guy behind the scenes. I'm gonna get my fresh impression down perfectly.
That being
I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting better.
I was running around putting out
Who was the
fires.
first target? Just kidding. But no, it was lit. It was lit.
What?
Yo, bro, like when I first showed up on the stream, y'all saw it. Like how many girls were waiting in line?
Yep. And then the guy won a Rolex.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yacht clubs where you get to win Rolexes, honestly, man. This sounds so dorky. What next? Was there a guy there performing magic? Was there like a fucking crypto seminar taking place on the deck? Someone won a Rolex, you know, like and some, bless them, some Fresh and Fit fan won the Rolex, put it on, walked up to some fucking OnlyFans girl and just put that in her face and just went, point to her dick. I've heard this works. Just pointed it in her face. Hoping she take him by the hand and fuck him in a room or something. It's like, what? I don't think it works that way, bro.
Bro, funny story, bro. Yo, it's crazy how people like number one on our downfall and how people watch our shit and try to say, "Oh, look, there's no girls." It's like, bro, are you guys stupid? Like, bro, haters, man, haters.
Okay, can I ask? Did we ever say that there weren't women on the boats?
No.
Do we ever say?
Yeah, I'm about to say, you doth protest too much. If there actually are baddies on this boat, if people are actually getting their dick sucked on this boat, if dudes are leaving with numbers, if dudes are meeting their future wives and baby mothers on this boat, you wouldn't be talking this much about the girls. Oh yeah, some girl was in there and I texted her, asked her where she was. She was like, I was there, but it's so crowded you didn't see me. Come on now. Come on.
Say there weren't lots of ladies on the boat?
No, just
And I could imagine also, by the way, if this is in Florida or Miami or wherever it is, right, party place and shit, it could be argued, if you are a good-looking female, if you're a good-looking woman and you're within that space, you probably got a lot of invitations from way more, let's say, desirable people than Fresh and Fit. So for them to think that they have this unlimited abundance of girls that would be willing to go to these yacht parties and there's going to be more girls than boys, it's like, I don't think so. I think a lot of the girls that they would want to go there would probably have other options to go to. So I don't believe that even, to be fair.
No, we said that the girls don't care.
Okay.
The girls didn't care.
So y'all just yapping about some shit we didn't say. But it's okay.
Yeah, but that they've been doing that.
I'll say this: they can never do what we did.
Hell no, bro. Ain't this a reach? Throw a party right now. Let's see how many niggas show up. Nobody. You fucking bums. You dusty, dirty.
What?
You guys can roll back the clip from the first video. I ain't got to respond to that shit. All right. Update on the whole yacht stuff. So some of the women who were on the yacht contacted me, and they answered some questions I had about the whole event.
What are some of the questions?
Were
there booty queefs?
Oh no!
Hey, listen.
Oh no!
Booty queef, booty queef, booty queef. Just boys being.
One of the big questions are like, where are they even finding these women to come on this thing? Well,
God, there's some fixers.
yes, there's fixers. You're correct. But none of the women knew that they were going on a Fresh and Fit boat.
Oh no! What does it say here? Biggest celebrity influencer OnlyFans yacht party. Keep in mind, it said nothing about being a Fresh and Fit party. I had to do my own digging and saw that the promoters were affiliated with Fresh and Fit. Once I watched their stories, they were promoting a Fresh and Fit event. That's when I put together that they were talking about the same party. So this makes me wonder if they purposely didn't say Fresh and Fit because they thought women wouldn't come. That's when you know your brand sucks, innit? When you can't even mention your own name, you know? Like, to promote the brand. Like, that's how you know your brand name is in the mud. Because usually you'd think you'd have to... I would naively think that they would be pushing as a Fresh and Fit yacht party to get more girls to come because they all know of the brand. They know the clips go viral. You know, they might want to come and just, you know, get their clout up and shit and get their fucking subscribers up. But I guess no.
And I said, I don't believe you, lady. She's like, I swear I didn't know.
That's why they don't want to talk to them, because when they realize.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it makes sense that these women don't know. You want to know why? Because at one point, the guys walk around, it's like, we're streaming right now. And then the women are like, where?
On YouTube? It's on YouTube right now? No, there's different levels. Type in Fresh and Fit and you'll see it. Because when I saw you, it was like... You'll see you looking up your own video.
This is such a crazy bait and switch. All these girls get told they're going to like some cool celebrity-filled after party on the yacht, and then they turn up, it's a Fresh and Fit party. Oh, I'd be so pissed, man. I'd be so pissed.
Yeah, kind of... Hold on, here, I'll help you out. Huh? So this is what you do. You type in... Actually, you know what, guys, let's see how shadow banned we are.
What does the ad read? Title: Biggest celebrity, cap, influencers, dash, OnlyFans yacht party. They're really advertising it as an OnlyFans yacht party? What kind of degeneracy fucking loser? So this is how they advertise it, okay? The #1 influencer party in history.
Are you dumb? Most of these girls don't even have OnlyFans. They're regular girls.
And they advertise it, okay? Here's it. Okay. This is how they advertise. They go, bad bitches.
No way.
A Rolex giveaway, an open bar, and a food. Now, this is why this is important.
Pre-game.
So women are seeing this as a Rolex giveaway. It's free, all this stuff. They don't include here that the Rolex giveaway is only for the VIPs who paid $3,500. So the only people who had access, but they didn't include that. So women showed up on the boat thinking there was going to be a Rolex giveaway. They showed up on the boat thinking there was going to be food and all this other stuff. Do you want to see the so-called food that they were advertising for over $3,500?
Show me some Chick-fil-A.
Oh my god, that's Fire Festival shit. That is Fire Festival shit. That was the food. Oh my god. Fully catered party. Right? Oh, that is horrendous. Oh my god. But to be fair, that must be a standard thing also a little bit. There must be a lot of that okie doke scamming thing going on those yacht parties. Open bar, you get there and it's only a particular brand of liquor that is on the open bar. Everything else you have to pay for, and they only have like 2 bottles of it. You know, there's always little scams because they just want to get you on the yacht. Because they know once they get you on there, it's unlikely you're gonna leave. So I think there's loads of like okie dokes on that situation.
Bro, yo, this is
that a Filet-O-Fish?
I don't even. I think that's just bread with bologna.
Is that a Filet-O-Fish?
That shit is trash.
Yo.
Okay. And the funny thing is, they kept advertising it as a yacht party. No, it was a fucking ferry. It was a repurposed ferry that was hauled out, and that's why they got so many different rooms. And this looks ugly. The decor is not existent. It's because it's just a ferry. It's not a yacht. Even look at the pictures. The women were they were lied to.
Wow.
Look at the picture we used. Look at the picture.
Yeah,
we
that
used.
is not a. That is
Does
not the
that
same
look
yacht.
like where they were?
No, exactly.
So
That's
yeah,
true.
In case you were wondering how these women end up there, and yes, they do confirm none of the women were talking to the dudes.
You were definitely correct when it came to the atmosphere of the boat, considering all the guys pretty much huddled with each other. But I do want to say I did meet a handful of women that were just like me, career women who just were there to have a nice free time. In my perspective, I think they only get. That's hilarious. So they're not even OnlyFans girls or like sex workers and shit. They're just like regular chicks. So these guys are going there, paying $4,000, kind of hoping that all the girls on there are on demon time. That's what I get. I get the feeling that they're all hoping that the girls going there are like, you know, they're on like some madness. But these are just regular girls you meet in a club. But you're paying $4,000 to be around them, and they're there under false pretenses. And once they find out what's going on, they're going to get their backs up and they're going to be pissed. So they're not going to be in a good mood to party anyway. Oh, yo.
A lot of the women didn't even really want to be there. She did say that a lot of the women were working women. They just thought they were going to a free party, and they had no idea that it was all this nonsense.
Well, I guess it's a scam for everybody, so there goes equality.
That's crazy.
exactly.
So they scammed the dudes
Everyone,
and the girls.
everyone gets scammed.
And they advertise as a so that's how they're getting women. They're just lying to them about what the podcast is. They're not even mentioning, because they know if they mention the Fresh and Fit brand, a lot of women are never going to show up. So they have to lie about what they do.
That's how mad your brand is in the mud, isn't it? Your brand that's like mostly centered around, you know, talking to like red pill people, talking to incels and chastising girls. The girls that you want to get on your platform now don't want to get. It's like, who would have known? Who knew? Who knew having a show where you just invite girls to get ripped into would have negative consequences? Who knew that maybe some women wouldn't have positive feelings about your brand based on the clips that they've seen online? Who would have known?
But I did want to just make you check this portion out. So this is a red pill channel. Look at the comments. Read it.
Got free drinks, then left to see men they really want. Nasty work. Not gonna lie, paying $3K to go on a yacht party is mad loser shit.
Exactly.
Wasn't even a yacht. Oof. 1, wasn't even a yacht. 2, girls were there doesn't mean they gave guys attention.
Exactly.
3, saw a bunch of dudes dancing together. 4, the price. Lol.
Saw a bunch of dudes dancing together. It's hilarious. That's not player shit, innit? You're making it seem like it's some player shit and it's just a bunch of lads jumping up and down, screaming fucking Mo Bamba at the top of their voice. Oh.
We made profits. Fresh lacks awareness. We made a profit. Fresh is remarkably dumb. Wasn't supposed to say the quiet part out loud. Another one. Fresh. We made profit. Crying emoji. $1,000 for a 2-hour party is crazy, and they scammed everybody who bought a ticket. Like, maybe it was lit for you, but it was not. Hold on.
American people just must make a lot of money, man. You guys must make good money. Because I don't think there's a single party in the world I would ever pay $3,000 for. Even if it was guaranteed you walked in and somebody legitimately sucked your dick as soon as you kind of crossed the fucking door threshold. Honestly. There's not a single event, restaurant, movie like that I'd pay $3,000. Fucking hell. People have disposable income, bro. There's people out there with fucking money. 3,000. Shit.
It was not.
It could be argued. You could go on like a back page site. It could be argued. If you have 3,000 in your pocket and you're looking to goon, you could probably take that money and find some sort of like back page adult site and actually hire 3 women to suck your dick at the same time for less than $3,000 in the comfort of your own home. Now, they may rob you later. They may fucking give you a disease. You know, they may not be the most high quality of women. But if you wanted to, you could arrange something for yourself in the comfort of your own home for probably less than $3,000. And it's guaranteed also. You definitely bust a nut. You know, it might be under duress, but you definitely will. Instead of giving those guys $4,000 to stand in a fucking, you know, really warm and humid fucking ferry surrounded by losers asking for the Wi-Fi password. No, thank you.
$3,500 lit.
It was not $1,000 lit.
If I pay $1,000 to go at a party, it's lit. If I pay $3,500, somebody's sucking my.
I think in general, I don't think that attention is good. I don't think that kind of energy is good anyway. I don't think the energy of making people think because they're paying a lot of money to go to a club that they should be expecting something. Like, I don't know about you, but when you go out and you're on the pool, the worst thing you can do is go out and act like you're on the pool. Girls sniff that away. Girls sniff that shit from a mile away. That thirst, that hunger is like, it's usually an ick for most girls. They'll turn away from it. actually the cooler you are and the chiller you are, and the more, you know, spontaneous and just, you know, whatever, enjoying your night, maybe something might occur. But having all of that pent up fucking energy, paying that much for the ticket, planning your outfit, going to this thing, all in the hopes that you're gonna do, it's too much. Imagine what the aura must be like in that room. Imagine if you're a girl and you don't know what's going on. Imagine what the aura is like. Usually, most of the time, I'm imagining most girls feel it when they go into clubs, right? They kind of feel like a piece of meat. Everyone's kind of oogling them and looking at them from afar. Imagine what it must feel like going into that boat, not knowing that all the guys there are there because they think they're gonna fuck, because they paid $4,000, and you walk in now, and you're the first girl that walks in. You're like, why is everyone looking at me?
$1,000. That's an all-inclusive resort in the Caribbean.
Yes.
For like a bunch of days. You talking about free drinks, free food. You talking about poolside, beach, everything. Go look up a boat party right now in Miami to go.
Yeah, big up God's favorite. How many of them live with their parents? They probably thought this was going to be a floating orgy. Exactly. But I think that's what they do. That's the thing, God's favorite. That's the really perverse and sick thing. These guys don't clarify that it isn't a floating orgy. I don't think they even clarify that you have to work and you have to maybe make a good impression or something. I think they let you think that it's a floating orgy, essentially. They let you think that. They let your mind wander and fill in all the blanks. That's the really perverse shit about it. A certain percentage of people make a lot of money anywhere, and at any moment there's a sucker that is waiting. Yeah, that's such a good point, Furfik. Exactly. There is always people with money, and there's always a sucker that's willing to. Oh no, there's always a sucker that goes out their way to get separated from them. I forgot what the quote is. There's something about separate for your money, right? And a fool is easy separated from their money. Yeah, you make a good point there. Big up A Martinez. Free G can def bow you a pro whore. I want to buy two because I never experienced it before for my birthday. Yeah, for sure. Especially nowadays. For sure, you can find websites, proper professional people. You can literally get an actual proper like pro for $3,000. I'm sure you could. If that's what you want, you could do it yourself easily. Or even, I'm sure there's somebody there that does, especially in that sort of scene. For sure, there's a guy, like a quote-unquote fixer, who could do it for you, who could arrange it. I'm sure there's people that have that sort of service. If you go to the right club, someone can give you the right card, and you can say, hey, I could bring whatever to your room, or you can go to a particular house. I'm sure that must exist. You know, in the seedy underbelly of Florida, I'm sure that stuff exists. So to pay Fresh and Fit to do it for you is such a waste of money.
Go get food, drinks, and whatever. How much do you think is going to cost me to be on the boat for 5-6 hours?
For a party, or like if
just a party?
Just a normal party, like ballon, like dress in white and stuff like that. Like $100. $100.
I looked it up. You go anywhere from $100 to $300. These guys were charging a minimum of $1,000, and to their VIP members who really didn't get anything special, they got $3,500. And you're saying you're not trying to make a profit?
And the funny thing is, I've never been to like an all-white party or those type of theme parties, but I would imagine you've probably got a better chance of fucking a stranger at one of those kind of weird theme parties because of the process of like getting dressed up and shit. That whole affair, it makes people maybe lower their inhibitions. They're up for some fun and some freak shit and spontaneity. You probably got way more chance of hooking up with somebody at those type of parties, however naff and corny they are, than paying $4,000 to go to a Fresh and Fit one. Honestly.
Guys, you didn't even rent a yacht. You rented a ferry, a repurposed motorboat, okay? And then pretended like it was a yacht.
$3,500 is worth it. That party was worth it. That party was worth it. I'm gonna tell you why it was worth it.
Was it?
Because $3,500 is sometimes what nerds spend on their costumes to go to Comic-Con. And since they're cosplaying into High Value Man, it cost them $3,500 to cosplay as a High Value Man, as a VIP, to be called a VIP member, to maybe win a pre-owned watch. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yo, this shit like got fire. I know that. This shit got me going. All right, I'm gonna stop it right there. That's crazy, okay? If you guys want, you gotta do remixes of us, and we'll play it on video. Get on that subreddit, okay? We want to hear your remixes. We got tracks for you back, way back. Y'all need to start scrolling back. We already had Imar Cleese make a track for us. Y'all remember that one? Why are you whipping this dude's face? Put your mask on! Put your mask on! Put your mask on! Yeah. That's what it feels like! Yo, hold up. You know what? I'm Mark Cleese. Who? I'm gonna need you to make a song with me right now, okay?
I'm Mark Cleese.
Yes, sir.
Put your mask on!
Gang.
Put your mask on!
Oh!
Put your mask on!
Gang.
Put your mask on!
I promise you. We have a remix of this in no time. And bitch, we gonna feature your Karen ass.
Hear the music.
Put your mask on! 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 Put your mask on!
Hold up, hold my phone. Shake it up, 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 shake it up. Let go, get it right, get it right, get it right. Pause. Hold my phone. Let's go. Bring it. Put your mask on.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. But yeah, thoughts and feelings go out to the fresh and fit people. Thoughts and feelings. There's nothing more that I hate than people who scam their own fans. But I guess I guess everybody gets something from the scam. Fresh and fit get money. The kids that go to this event get to hang out with them on the boat because they have to kind of be there. So it's almost like they're paying for like a meet and greet. So I guess in a weird way, no one's really getting scammed. I think they all know what's going on. I think they all know Wagwan. They know that those guys need money because they've been demonetized. They want to support. They also want to get something from it. So they pay ticket to go to this event. If some random sucks their dick, it's a bonus. But they're really looking to hang out with the fellas. That's the funny thing. I think a lot of these guys are really lonely and they actually don't mind paying $4,000 just to hang out with some fellas, to be fair. Meet other people who are also fans of Fresh and Fit and meet their heroes that do the program. That's the actual truth of it. Most of these guys aren't actually even going for the girls. They're going to just find their community and meet people IRL. Like, fuck, man. Niggas be lonely out there. Niggas be really fucking lonely. But even if I'm lonely, I don't think I'm paying $4,000 to meet friends, mate. Honestly, I'd rather take that $4,000 and fucking, you know. Anyways, moving on. Let's watch this clip that features Chris D'Elia reviewing or reacting to Joe Rogan's comedy special. What did Chris D'Elia have to say about Joe Rogan's epic, well-received, genre-defining Netflix comedy special, Burn the Boats, his first one in 6 years that's been met with rave reviews? What did Chris D'Elia have to say about this special that absolutely blew the socks off of everyone who watched it? Let's see what he says in this 1 minute and 40-second review. Crazy. 1 minute, 40-second review.
Rogan special came out and I'm happy about it, you know? And then I love, like, it's so crazy how, like, obviously I honestly haven't seen the reviews. I know that.
Oh my God. Everyone's lying. That's how you know you're lying, right? Because you say you watched the special, but then the first thing that you want to talk about are the bad reviews. If you liked it, if you watched it and you liked it, why don't you talk about the things that you liked? Oh my God, what a great special. I loved that joke. I loved this joke. I loved how he approached this thing. I love when he did that, when he did this. Immediately, he goes to the bad reviews. Immediately. Wow.
But the media is just going to tear it apart because it's Joe Rogan and he's anti-woke. And
so do people That's the thing, you know. That's the thing that I realized when I read the reviews. I think people have got Joe Rogan fatigue, especially mainstream media, especially because they tried to already cancel him, especially during the pandemic, right? The whole N-word thing, the horse tranquilizer thing, the ivermectin thing for COVID, getting COVID in the first place, still doing shows, other comments he made. They've been trying to cancel him for a while and it didn't work. I think they've all tired. I think the negative reviews he's getting are genuinely people just not saying are more, should be more hurtful, because I get the feeling most of the reviews are people just saying he's generally not funny. I don't think it's like an anti-right-wing thing or because they don't like him because he's not woke. No, I think a lot of the bad reviews are people saying we watched the special, this guy talks about comedy ad nauseum, he acts like he's the gatekeeper, he makes it seem like he's super funny, but then when he gets on stage, he's terrible. He's maybe one of the worst we've ever seen. Every review is saying that. Every review is like quoting jokes from the special and saying like, this is not funny. Like, that's what they're saying. That's actually worse than like the whole, oh, he's like, you know, anti-establishment and he goes against the narrative and he pushbacks against mainstream media. That's why they're trying to take him. I don't think so. I think mainstream media is kind of tired of Rogan. They're tired of him, really and truly. And they're actually just criticizing him based on the strength of his ideas, the things that he says, and sometimes if his unfunny comedy comes out.
Their one thing that they always go to is like, hey, this is, I saw somebody saying it and they were like, this is a hacky.
That's a great point, Asad Aziz. That's a fucking great point. Joe Rogan is mainstream media. That's actually a very good point. He actually is now. Yeah, he actually is. He definitely is. I think I still see Rogan through those rose-tinted glasses of when I first started listening to the pod and shit. Like, he's far surpassed that. He's definitely part of the establishment. That's for sure.
This is a hack or whatever the joke was. And I was like, all right, let me watch this clip. And it was straight up just not hacky. You know, it was just,
the guy that like gets on stage and squawks around and makes noises and giggles every time they say a joke, telling somebody, like, judging what's hack and what's not hack. I don't know if you're the best person to listen to on this subject, my friend.
Didn't like his, oh, it was you know what it was? The Michelle Obama thing about how she, no, this is what they did. They took it out of context. They were like, oh, look, he's promoting the fact that Michelle Obama has a penis. And then I watched the clip, and I watched the clip that they post, and they ended it before he says, I don't actually think Michelle Obama has a penis. But everything else I said I think is true, which is the joke. And they said, oh, they were like, oh, he's perpetuating this misinformation that now Michelle Obama has a penis. His whole point was that he doesn't believe in that.
Why is he fighting so hard anyway for Rogan? Does he not know that Rogan has not mentioned his name since he got cancelled? I don't think he's mentioned his name once. He's made some jokes and some snide remarks about him and shit, he's made some jokes that you could interpret as disses towards Chris, but I don't think he's even said his name since he got cancelled. He's not had him back on a show. He doesn't book him at a comedy mothership. He's been excommunicado from fucking Rogan Circle. Clearly. Even Brian Callen got introduced back into the fold. And Callen got accused of fucking rape. He just got accused of messaging underage girls and maybe, you know, not being the greatest hookup. Brian Callen even got back on Rogan. He hasn't still. So I don't know why he's riding so hard for Rogan. Like, I don't think that guy's your friend. I don't know. But I guess because he's famous and he's rich, you know, people always kind of bend over and show him their asshole just in case.
The media is so terrible, dude. And no, people with an agenda. Dude, I don't even know if this was the media. It was some guy writing about it and on Twitter, and he said this, and I was like, dude, you cut before the joke ends. It's horrible. The one thing that they have is it's hack. Like super woke people even know what is hack.
Now we're gonna try. Okay, this is where we want to go down. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it must be bittersweet for these comedians, right? It must be bittersweet because there was a time when comedy podcasts were popping, when they were telling us what funny was, and I guess maybe some of us because we weren't maybe experienced or didn't have much knowledge about comedy, we were just taking what they were saying as gospel. This person's a murderer, this person's a killer, this person's a beast, da 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 da. But the more we listened to pods, the more we started to, you know, gain a bit of understanding of what comedy was. Maybe we started to watch a few specials. We started to slowly realize, I think you're incorrect. I think the person that you say is amazing, I actually went to go watch them live. I watched a special of theirs. They're not that funny. I actually prefer this other person. Do you know what I mean? So I think now, unfortunately, they can't do the whole okie doke. You know what I mean? They can't pull the wool over our eyes anymore. So even though he's trying to argue that people don't know what work means or what even hack means, it's like, maybe they don't. But one thing they do know is that you're not funny, you know? So let's take away all those labels and stuff. Let's just get back to the funny. Most of these guys' specials aren't funny. And I'm really wondering though, who's going to be the comedian in that circle who restores the feeling? There has to be one. Because even Chappelle, his specials have kind of floundered and they've kind of, you know, flattered to deceive. I wouldn't really count Louis C.K. in that circle because he's not. He's an amazing comic, obviously, and still puts out great specials. But I wonder which comic from that group will restore the feeling. There has to be at least one. There has to be one who's going to bring out a special and we're going to be like, oh shit, okay, this guy's really funny though, in the crew. It used to be Tom Segura, but his specials have been a bit shit. Ari Shaffir I like him, but his comedy style is a bit like, you know, you have to kind of be into it to maybe appreciate it. Shane Gillis is obviously amazing, but he's too much of a new person in the group. I don't want to conclude him. But I wonder which comic is going to try to restore the feeling and remind people, no, we're actually funny. We're actually really good at what we do, because a lot of these guys aren't. And they're making us question if any of them are funny, you know, or if they're just kind of like using their celebrity, using their notoriety from podcasting and just segueing it into comedy. Maybe they were never funny to begin with, you know. Maybe that's what we're starting to see. These guys were maybe never funny from the start, but they just all got really famous on pods via Rogan and other things that then allowed them to perform at in front of bigger audiences doing stand up, because technically the people watching them are just there to see them, you know. I remember Theo saying something similar when Theo first got started on King and the Sting. I remember Theo saying something similar to like about Brendan, basically in a way, basically trying to say that, oh, part of Brendan's appeal is that he's got a really popping podcast and Firing a Kid, and people just want to see him, you know. So I wonder how many people that go to comedy specials, that go to see comedians perform on stage, especially a comedian that has a podcast. I wonder how many people in the audience actually just go just to see the person in real life. You know, they don't even care if they're not funny. They just want to see them. Like, that's it. That's kind of brutal. Which would explain a lot, to be fair. It would explain a lot. Because some of you think, so hold on, why are these people actually going because they think this guy's funny? Or because it's just like it's almost like an unofficial live podcast anyway, in a way. Maybe. Blah, blah, blah. Old Jerry episodes have mostly been re-uploaded on YouTube. Is D'Elia still back? Not back yet. I don't know. Wuhan Institute. There's actually a person on the Joe Rogan subreddit that keeps a list of all the shows that get re-uploaded and shit, and the ones that are still missing. I think Chris D'Elia's name was still there. I doubt he'll do it. He hasn't mentioned Chris D'Elia's name. He doesn't seem to be a topic of conversation. It seems like the majority of the comedy community outside of Rogan has completely excommunicated themselves from Chris. The vlogs I see him put on his YouTube videos, all the openers that he uses, I've never heard of them. They're fairly new comedians, so it seems like he's proper been like, you know, kicked out of the cool guy group. So I doubt Rogan will just like randomly put his episode back up there. It's like I think they've all kind of moved on from him, or maybe they were never his friends to begin with. I don't really know. Big up Asad Aziz. I actually think Ari is a way better stand-up than his podcast personality. No, I agree with you, but I'll slightly change that. I think Ari has a far better personality when he's doing stand-up than when he's on the podcast. But unfortunately, he does more podcasting than he does stand-up, or we consume more of his podcast than stand-up, which makes it hard to root for him as a stand-up. I think that's part of the issue. I think he's easily unlikable. So it's hard to root for him. I would imagine so. That's probably his issue. But he is really funny. He's actually a really good fucking stand-up comedian. But unfortunately, he's done some actions in the past that people kind of don't really like too much, But what do I know? Okay, cool. Let's switch tacks. Let's play the latest Too Lazy to Try video. This one is titled The Brendan Schaub v. Joe Rogan Rivalry. Let's hear what he has to say. I'm assuming he's going to be talking about the BGL interview on 10 Minutes of Schaub and the section where he mentions that Brendan had a secret rivalry with Rogan because he was pissed off that Rogan called him out and said he's special as shit and he's not taking comedy seriously and blah, 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 blah. I'm sure this is going to be it. But let's see what Too Lazy to Try is talking about. Let's see what he's talking about.
All right, so Joe Rogan has been getting torn apart recently for his comedy special, Burn the Boats, which I'm sure is tough for him because he loves comedy, but he just doesn't have it. And I think it's safe to say if it wasn't for him being known for Fear Factor and podcasting or UFC, nobody would be paying attention to his stand-up, which is very similar to his disciple, Brendan Schaub, and his failed comedy career. Like, they're both known for UFC and podcasting, which has helped them promote their bad stand-up comedy. So, of course, people are going to be comparing Burn the Boats to Gringo Papi. Which...
And by the way, just as an aside, I don't think it's a problem to use one part of your fame to help you get fame in, I don't think that's a bad thing. I just think these guys are just not funny. I think people are getting lost in the weeds of that. Oh yeah, if he wasn't a successful stand-up, he wouldn't have a career. It's like, yeah, but that's the point. You're trying to make it happen in all these different avenues so that they can all kind of help each other. One thing kind of plays into the other thing. But it just needs to be funny again.
Which Brendan honestly probably enjoys seeing because Joe had been really critical of Brendan's comedy and he never let him perform at the Mothership, which Brendan definitely seemed to be bitter about.
It has been a problem though because there's a lot of people want to come and some of them are just
pause.
People are weird that want a headline and that they know. Like, that you're not really a headliner. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh.
And me and Rogan.
By the way, I don't like that sort of stuff from Rogan. I swear to God, I've said it plenty of times. I don't like that, stuff that he does on his pod where he kind of talks to his friends through other guests on his very popular platform. I think if you're that badass person that says things how you say it, how you mean, up to your face, I don't hide, blah, 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 then be honest and pull people to the side and tell them to their face. Don't use your very popular podcast and platform to chastise your friends and call them out in some indirect way. I don't like that personally from him, but he does it a lot. But maybe he does it a lot as well because his friends don't listen. That might be part of the case. But I also love this, by the way. This has been almost retconned. He doesn't really talk about this too much, Brendan. But this confession during fucking Skankfest was weird because it felt really sincere. I actually think he's telling the truth here. It just came out of nowhere, this confession that him and Rogan have had a conversation about not playing in the Mothership and he's not ready. It's whoa, hello.
Had this conversation. I'm not there yet. I was talking to Rogan this morning. I go, I cannot listen to another podcast of you and anyone you've had at the club, the Mothership, and how fun it is.
I know.
It makes me want to jump off a bridge.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Rogan
Saw disease has almost got 225k subs. Time to start a stand-up career. Yeah. I don't know. I think everyone kind of does that a little bit. Everyone kind of uses, I don't know. I've got a podcast. Okay, here's my fashion brand. Here's my fucking bottles I'm selling. Everyone kind of, it's just, the most important thing is let's just make sure the product is good. And I think a lot of these comedians are getting away with murder because their product isn't good. That's the main issue. And maybe there's also an issue of just being spread too thin. Maybe these guys just don't have what it takes comedically, artistically to be able to fucking do 7 podcasts in a week and also have fresh material for a stand-up. It's just not possible. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys just don't have the chops to do so, maybe.
Is the reason Brendan gave up on comedy. He's also the reason Brendan started it, though. But before his first special is when him and Rogan started having some disagreements about it. Because Rogan and Brian Callen knew it was a bad idea for him to do a special that early on. Yeah. But of course, Brendan, he didn't want to listen, and he just thought they're being haters.
No, but you're right. But as far as the comedy, I didn't anticipate any of it. I wish I was smarter to see it.
By the way, that's a lie. He did know it was going to get hate because I remember early on he would talk about how his path in comedy is different. He'd almost be flexing and be like, oh, I'm not going to do open mics. I don't need to do open mics. My path is different. I'm like a new generation. I'm like a phenom type of thing. That's what his defense was. So he knew him taking this unconventional path where he basically used his podcast fame to sort of like give him a jump start and to jump the queue in his stand-up career would have negative consequences, because the tried and true method that everyone does is open mics and toiling away for 10 plus years until you get fucking passed. Everyone knows the fucking story. But he went out of his way not to do that because he just didn't want to do it. And he felt like, if I can perform in front of sold out crowds because they're my fans for my podcast, why wouldn't I do it? Why would I go back just to like perform in shitty clubs just to sort of learn how to do this thing properly? I want to start at level 10. I'm going to start at level 10. And obviously he paid the price at the end, but he did know.
Because when my agent goes, hey, Showtime wants to give a special, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be just like them. I didn't realize.
And I tried to talk him out of it.
You and Rogan did.
I tried to talk him out. We almost got in a physical fight
and then
over
I was
it.
like, oh, they're just haters. And I didn't realize the backlash. And then
Imagine, that's when you knew Brendan never had a chance. Brendan was always damaged and was never going to be saved, and there's never going to have a come to Jesus moment. In the first year and a half of his stand-up journey, he gets given this amazing opportunity by Showtime, which is a bit of a poison chalice. Hey, you can do a special with us. His two friends who are 20 plus year stand-up comedy veterans, they're not funny, we know that, but Brian Callen and Joe Rogan are both past at the Comedy Store, 20 plus years doing stand-up. They both tell him, hey, don't do this, leave it, maybe put it on ice and we'll revisit later, but it's too early now, you're not good enough yet. And he turns around and thinks, you're just jealous. He never stood a chance, because if he couldn't listen to Rogan and Callen back then, he's never going to listen to some random people on Reddit or some YouTuber trying to call him out and telling him he's wrong and he should be changing his way. Not going to listen to you. If he would have listened to Rogan and fucking Callen back then, he could never be saved. Hopeless.
Then, but even like my first set was at the Comedy Store. I didn't realize how big of a deal that was. And I'm like, oh, everyone's gonna dig this. I'm at the Comedy Store. But
Perk Angle, I disagree. I don't think Papa's right to take the money. I disagree, because there's always a negotiation. If they offered him the Showtime deal and it was tied to his deal with Showtime to cover MMA and boxing thing, he could have easily made the deal where he kind of delayed the special for maybe even a year, maybe 2 years only. That's all we're asking. And then revisit it then. He didn't need to take it all at that moment. He took it at the moment because he was desperate and he wanted to look like he was a big dog and he was actually doing things and crushing. Because I remember early on, he'd always brag about selling out, and I never understood why he was bragging about selling out. I was like, why are you bragging about selling out in first year of doing stand-up when you're not even good at what you do? Like, you know, if anything, you shouldn't even be mentioning you're doing stand-up in the first year, because your material is not going to be that great. You almost don't want to make your fans leave their home and pay a ticket to see you because you know you're only a year comic. But he was always in that mind of wanting to appear like a big dog. So taking the money was a bad idea, because I think the money was always going to be there. He was really early on he was, I wouldn't say really early, but he was early enough in podcasting and in stand-up and in everything else where he was always going to get paid big money, especially with the association with Rogan. So the money thing was always going to be there. It was never going to run away. But the special, doing it that early, was just such a bad move, man. Such a bad move.
I should have never been there. The Showtime special, I should have never gotten that.
So Rogan and Callen were giving him good advice and just being honest with him, which obviously Brendan didn't handle well. And then after he put out the Gringo Poppy, I think is when Rogan just finally completely gave up on him. Even though he did have Brendan on his podcast to promote it, but you could tell Rogan was just over Brendan's comedy career at that point. And he's even taking some subtle shots at Brendan's stand-up, and he just didn't care anymore, like if people were making fun.
Yo, big up Perk Angle. He could have waited 6 years and it would have been shit, just like Rogan. No, but that's the thing. I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I think like, from what I've understood, watching comedians and podcasts and shit, they're very protective and very catty and backstabby when it comes to like the process of how you make it. Like, they kind of they probably judge each other way harshly than what we probably do. Like, they're quick to call each other out of being hacks and, to, you know, copying jokes and shit and all this malarkey. And I think because of how he made it, it immediately put people against him. Immediately had their backs up. Immediately. He probably made enemies he probably doesn't even know exist because he took that Showtime deal. So even though he got the money and he got the fame from it, he got the clout from it, connections from it, it helped him, I get it. It had other like unforeseen damages happened because of that Showtime deal. And if you just would have waited, it would have been far better. Like, just even a year or even 2, it would have been better just of how he was perceived by other comedians. But because he took it so early, it almost made it seem like he was like putting a middle finger up at the tried and tested route to stand-up comedy fame or stand-up comedy success. Everyone was kind of like really pissed off because they all acted like they weren't, but they were for sure, because these guys always kind of talk behind each other's back and shit. I think that's what fucked him up, because he probably, I would even go as far as saying Brendan probably had way more haters within stand-up, like in real life, like people that actually work in the industry, agents, whatever, than he did people on Reddit. They probably started hating him in real life before they hated him on the internet. 100%. These guys, 100%. 100%, because he was performing at the Comedy Store 2 years in, on Joe Rogan bills, with that same material he does. He was recording Showtime specials. He was doing Comedy Central shit. He was on E! Like, come on, bro. Like, those motherfuckers are all jealous and, you know, very catty and very gossipy and backstabby. They for sure were hating him from the minute he took that deal. So it did have a really bad effect on his career, and it kind of fucked him. So if he would have just waited a year, I think it would have helped.
Fun of him. He used to, I think, kind of be defensive about it, like if anybody made fun of Brendan. But after Gringo Poppy, he just didn't care. And also he had moved to Austin already, so Brendan was kind of on his own. You know, he's left to fend for himself, and he was not prepared for that.
And I'm on this island by myself. I'm like, whoa, where's everybody? No, those days are over, dude. You got to figure it out on your own. Those days are over.
Very bold.
Do you think?
Realizing that at that grown age that you're not going to have Daddy Rogan to hold your hand the entire time must have been such a weird ego death. He probably thought that relationship was going to last forever. Probably why he was so careless and reckless with all the things that he said. God almighty, that must have been brutal. He might. I'm curious. He might have even cried when Rogan said he was moving to Austin, because he probably knew from that moment on things were never going to be the same. Like, he might have even cried.
Think about having a fucking Showtime special when you're 2 years in, dude.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah, very bold.
It's big balls, dude.
At least Charlie didn't film his shit.
Yeah, true.
Who is the most hated man on the internet?
I like how Rogan didn't reassure him that it wasn't that bad. Like, he didn't do any of that. He just let it rest there. Oh.
Name is Hunter Moore. I don't
Brandon
know.
Schaub just went like this. Oh. Whew.
How'd you rate it? How'd you rate it? On a scale to Brandon Schaub to 10, what'd you rate it?
That is such a good jab. That is such an insulting fucking scale, isn't it? Brendan being the lowest and 10. Oh, that's honestly, bro. I'd be so pissed. I'd be so pissed if I was Brendan. He's bending over, laughing like, oh, yeah. I thought we were friends. I thought we were going to fight.
But now with Rogan's most recent special, he's kind of in a similar position to Brendan. You know, obviously he's not as bad, but he's been doing it for...
Yeah, we're going to have to agree to disagree on this point about taking the money. Honestly, we're going to have to agree to disagree. It's all about optics and timing. I have a feeling if he would have waited just a couple of years and still took the money later, he would have had as much hate as he got. The hate came because of how he tried to fucking speed run through everything. Not taking the... Not being considerate of like how it was perceived, not giving a fuck, middle finger, trying to fuck everybody's girlfriends and shit. That's what part of the hate, the speed running through. If he would have been chill and at least pretended like he was in it for the long run, it would have been better, in my opinion. I could be wrong because he now lives in a Bel Air mansion and he's living life and he's okay. So maybe you guys are right, but we'll have to agree to disagree on that one.
Forever, and he's one of the most popular comedians in the world, so you're gonna expect a little more from him. But after watching Burn the Boats, it's like, okay, it makes sense that Joe thought Brandon Schaub could be a stand-up comedian. I mean, I think the only difference between Brendan and Joe's comedy is just the fact that Joe's been doing it for like 30 years. So I wouldn't be surprised if Brendan started to get some confidence.
The big difference between them is at least Rogan's confident on stage. The things he's saying are not funny, but he acts like he should be there, you know? He prances around stage like he should be there. He come out, yes, present, but you know, he at least acts like he's a pro. Brendan was always a little bit like unsure of himself, didn't really have good stage presence. Always kind of felt like he was a bit of a fraud on there. But if Brendan had a bit of Rogan's confidence, however undeserved that confidence is, he'd be a far better stand-up for sure. If he had a bit more confidence, because Rogan, if you think about it, most of his comedy, most of his stand-up relies on him screaming, if you think about it. It's never really saying anything funny. It's him making funny voices to punch up his jokes. But if Brendan just would have that same confidence and put it into his jokes, he'd be way more funny. Way funnier as a stand-up. But we'll never know now because Brendan quit.
After watching Rogan's special, you know, he's probably thinking, I can't be that much worse than him. And also, since Rogan had been really critical of Brendan's comedy and didn't allow him to perform at the mothership, Brendan's probably kind of happy reading some of those reviews and knowing that his special got a 4.8 on IMDb.
Oh, 100%. He's 100% loving this. I agree with that one. Brendan is definitely loving all of the negative attention Rogan's getting for his special. For sure, he's loving this. He's absolutely loving this.
And recently, Mark Harley was actually talking about this and confirming some of it. If you're not familiar with him, he was Brendan's former baddie and addy wrangler.
Yeah, that's a good point, Asad Aziz. That's actually a really good point. That's actually a really good point. I think the difference is that he has a huge fan base. He can sell out an arena. Brendan doesn't deserve the same level of criticism that Brendan doesn't deserve the criticism to have the same criticism as we do for Rogan. He's not on the same level. No, for sure. Obviously, the criticism he did get was because they put him on the same level as those type of guys based on the shows that he was doing and the company he was keeping, which then goes back to that point that Joey Diaz made, which was really astute, where he told Lee Sayat, don't hang out with me and my friends, hang out with people that are on your level of comedy. Because if you hang out with my friends, you'll start having this false sense of security and place that you are at a level when you're not really. So that probably played into that whole shit as well, which then obviously seeped into the fan base.
It helped Brendan get Adderall, and he had DM girls for him. But then Brendan fired him, and they had
letting your big-titted wife just like take a picture with Brendan at a meet. Like, honestly, some fans are weird, isn't it? Some fans will legitimately, if they like somebody, they'll let them probably fuck their wife and shit. Like, on a real. It probably happens more often than probably people think. Like, you know, like, I'm a big fan of yours. My wife doesn't really get you or anything, but, you know, would you fuck her? I'll let you fuck her if you want. Like, it's like, what? It's such a bizarre relationship some people have with people that they like.
A whole falling out, and Mark turned on him and started exposing all this stuff about him on the Fighter and the Kid subreddit. But then Mark kind of had a falling out with the subreddit because he wanted them to take his side in this really toxic marriage he was in. And
that's a good point. That's a fucking good point, actually, Cable. That's a fucking good point. Early on, Schaub, he did have an insane amount of confidence and arrogance on stage. Yeah, what happened to that? That's actually a good point. Even if you think of You'd Be Surprised. He actually, that's weird. He started off actually really confident on stage. Then he started to get less confident the more he was doing it. But I guess his confidence was damaged or dented because of the reviews of You'd Be Surprised. Because he was never as sprightly or as like hyped up and confident as he was in You'd Be Surprised. Never. Even the little bits he'd film in clubs and put on social media, he'd always kind of looked a little bit like, you know, a little bit unsure. Yeah, man. Like, I think that first special fucked him. Again, he got the money, he did it early, but that first special fucked him. He never recovered from the negative reaction of that first special.
Video went viral of him trying to lift his wife's car up to prevent her from leaving. It was wild. I mean, there's just so much drama that comes from Brendan Schaub. It's unbelievable. But recently, Mark was on 10 Minutes of Schaub, and he was talking about the reviews of Rogan's special, and specifically this video from Elephant Graveyard that I highly recommend checking out if you haven't seen it yet. It was really well done.
Very good.
And of course, he compares Burn the Boats to Gringo Poppy, and at one point he shows that Brendan and Rogan had similar jokes in their specials.
And now something starts to happen that, and I can't believe I'm even saying this, but Joe actually goes full Brendan Schaub with this wonderful Chinese voice he does here.
Oh, look, there's Harry! Mr. Schaub, after you numb your lip, you need many, many stitches. This be worse pain in your life. With all these big criticisms about our infrastructure!
Well, that is rough, but at least he's not straight up copying Brendan's jokes, right?
My life would be so much easier if I was just gay as shit.
I wish I was.
Yeah, big up Assad. Bro, Schaub started podcasting as a really likable person, like going MMA fighter who was just trying to be funny and hang. I think it ruined it when he began to think he was smart. I truly believe Schaub's downfall was thinking he was legit intelligent. Maybe I would swap intelligent with I think success kind of damaged it. I don't think he thought. Obviously, he thinks he's intelligent, but I think more so the success is what ruined him. Unfortunately, I think he actually let the money and the success change him. Because, like you said, he was likable in the beginning. T-Fat-K was fun to watch, especially when the dynamic was Brendan learning and trying to soak up game from Brian Callen, this old sage who's been in the business long in the tooth. That's when T-Fat-K was good. The moment T-Fat-K started getting worse, I think, or went down the hill, was when Brendan started to believe that he was the big dog. Like, okay, I've made it. And then he started doing stand-up. No, because it started off in the beginning of them being like, oh, Brendan looking up to Brian. Then Brendan starts doing stand-up. And a year in, he's selling out venues that Brian Callen has never sold out. So that changes their dynamic. Then Brendan starts to make loads of money on the road. He starts to sell merch. And now he's making more money than Brian Callen's ever made in Hollywood, even though he's only been doing it technically for a couple of years. So I think the success and all that shit went to his head. And then he started to just, act like no one could tell him anything. He knew everything. Marketing genius, mogul, entrepreneur, all this sort of nonsense, comparing himself to Drake, that sort of shit. I think that's what happened more so, as opposed to the intelligent thing. I don't think the intelligent thing hurt him. I think it's just like he's got those brains where he thinks that, oh, because I make money, that must mean I know what I'm doing and I'm brilliant and shit. And obviously, a lot of that early success and money wasn't really based on him being brilliant and shit. It's just like timing, isn't it, really? It's like, you got in early, Association Rogan kind of helped, but I don't think those guys see it that way. I think a lot of these guys see their success as like, oh yeah, I was responsible, like I did that, me. But it's like, a lot of it is timing and being friends with one of the most popular people in the world. But hey, what do we know?
It's gay. It looks way easier.
We'd play video games all day. We'd work out.
Yeah, for sure. No, you're right. Yeah, we're saying the same thing. You're right. Yeah. The hand in hand. Money, smart, success, all that shit for sure.
At night, we'd fuck each other.
Memberships, Brendan. I've been demonetized, my friend. Unfortunately, I got demonetized. I'm not sure exactly why. It said they told me I got demonetized for harassment, which is weird. But they said harassment, and I'm pretty sure it might be because of some video that I did ages ago about Cracker-Miko. Ages ago. Because I remember getting some sort of email talking about, oh, they want to take it down and shit. And then soon after I got the email that got demonetized. So the reason why there's no memberships on the channel is because I've been demonetized, unfortunately. So no memberships, no super chats because of demonetizations for now. Hopefully it will change in the future, but for now, I am out. Free me.
With only guys, no one can get pregnant.
That is a low that is so low where I never expected Joe to go.
So Mark Harley was talking about that video and just the reviews of Rogan's special and how Brendan probably loves seeing it because since Rogan trashed his comedy, now they kind of have a rivalry.
When people are ripping on Rogan's special, I haven't watched it, but I know for a fact this is what's going on in Brendan's head. He's like, see?
But I think he's got it wrong there a little bit too to try. I don't think they have a rivalry now because Rogan specials got bad reviews. Brendan is so redacted, he's always had a rivalry with Rogan, probably, from the beginning. But probably it got increased because of the criticism of You Be Surprised, the Gringo Pappy, the Bobby Lee drama. he's probably kind of secretly resented Rogan ever since then. So anytime Rogan does have a little bit of a slip up, he might act like he's supporting Rogan on the pod, but in private he's sort of like laughing at his demise because he feels like Rogan did him dirty by going on a podcast and saying he needs handlers or making jokes at his expense and shit, blah, 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 blah. I think that's the case. Brendan, I think, has always had a weird rivalry with Rogan anyway, and shit, or weird relationship with him in general because of their fallings out and stuff.
Because he has a rivalry with Joe. You guys may or might know this, but like, because Joe has been critical of him in private about his stand-up, Joe has had conversations with Brendan where he's like, dude, you need to fucking, like, this special is a disaster, you know, whatever. Like, he was critical of Gringo Poppy.
Interesting.
And Brendan held on to that, you know, like Brendan like acts like, oh, whatever, I don't give a shit. But there are people, he can ignore all the comments, but there's certain people in his life that he obviously can't ignore. And because I think at first he's like, oh yeah, like he might have pretended to watch it, you know. He's like, you know, he sent it to, and why do you send a special to people that's already done, you know? And it's like for feedback, it's like, did you like it? Like, you're not going like, come watch my hour and give me notes. You're like, here's what I'm about to put out. It's like, cool, start over.
Don't
you know?
put it out.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, that's the only advice you can give is like, you know, start
Change
over,
the title.
lose 30 pounds, do better jokes, shave your beard.
Stop doing stand-up.
Don't have a paper mache cut out in the back.
And then Mark talks about Rogan's reaction to Gringo Poppy, and it sounds like Rogan just basically told him it was bad, which is believable because I'm sure Rogan was probably just frustrated at that point since Brendan didn't want to listen to him about anything. Like with the whole Showtime special, Rogan and Callan were trying to give him good advice, but he didn't want to listen.
Shades Cow, the thumbnail comes from the Fighting the Kid subreddit. The thumbnail comes from the Fighting the Kid subreddit. It should be on the first page. If you go on the Fighting the Kid subreddit, you'll see it on there. The thumbnail comes from there.
And he just wrote them off as haters, even though they're his friends trying to help him. So it also makes sense that Brendan obviously wouldn't handle Rogan's criticism of Gringo Poppy very well. You know, I'm sure he's just defensive about it, especially because it sounds like Rogan basically told him it was a disaster, and I'm sure he wanted him just to stop doing comedy after that. And Rogan is known to be very honest with Brendan, so it sounds like this could definitely be true.
Is legitimately, from what I know about Joe, he does like helping people, and I think he comes at Brendan in a potentially very harsh way to his ears because Brendan is sensitive to criticism.
Yeah.
But he's trying to be like, I'm the only fucking because he's surrounding himself with yes men, or you won't listen to other people criticizing you. Or you're like, you got a fucking problem on your hands.
Yeah.
Like when Girl Bobby dropped, and all Brendan could fixate on was like, well, you said you liked it before it dropped, and I'm like, the motherfucker didn't watch it, dude. He's doing 6 3-hour podcasts a day.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't have time. And then he sees it.
But
and
it's
sees,
25 minutes, Joe.
No, I know.
He couldn't even do 25 minutes.
But why would you? You know what I mean? It's like, like you watch a minute of it, you're like, yeah, he still sucks at comedy. You know? I honestly think he regressed from his first special.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even joking. I'll finish with this. He legitimately had a grudge where he's like, he would kind of try to downplay Rogan's comedy, like, you know, people saw your show and said it was like a TED Talk, and like that like helps his ego a lot to think that other people don't like Rogan's stand up. So like by doing this, like Brendan would actually watch that video and be like, "Ha, told you!" Like, you're trying to criticize me, but you're the one that people don't even like.
Oh my gosh!
So he's never gonna say that in public.
Yeah,
but just know. For a fact, because I heard so many times, like after Rogan dressed him down for, you know, the Gringo Poppy in private, like, I mean, it was like a parent lecturing somebody, and it was corroborated by someone else who was in the room.
And that definitely sounds like Brendan and how he'd act. You know, if Rogan did tell him that Gringo Poppy was pretty bad, I'm sure he's holding a grudge, and he probably loves seeing the reviews on Rogan's special. You know, it seems like these two are competing with each other to try to not be labeled the worst comedian. I mean, a 4.8 on IMDb.
I would love to just see, like, because Rogan seems to have a lot of opinions about specials and shit, or about comedy in general. It would be quite nice because of the amount of negative reaction to the special if he actually did approach or address some of the criticism. You know, that'd be quite refreshing, to be honest. It might actually change the climate of how these stand-ups react to it, because it feels like these stand-ups are all weird. Like, they spend a long time promoting their specials, banging you over the head about taping it and when it's going to be recorded and how many recordings they're going to do and the editing process. They give you all this fucking blurb. You kind of get inundated with their marketing, approach to it as well, going on a million podcasts, repeating the same topics, blah, 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 blah. Then as soon as it drops, if it doesn't get good reviews, they don't talk about it ever again. It's like fucking Bert Kreischer in that Machine movie. How long did he talk about that movie? It felt like we were all fucking going through the process of making that movie with him. The moment that movie fucking bombed, he's never spoken about it ever again. So it'd be quite nice if they actually would be like, you know what? I know we put you through this and we, subjected you to listening to this fucking special by default for a long period of time. Even though it's not done well, let's approach some of the concerns. Especially not the ones that are going after him for having, dicey or, fucking edgy fucking opinions about things that they don't like. No, actually the "you're not funny" conversation. That'd be quite refreshing to hear. I wouldn't mind hearing that, to be fair. It's unlikely to happen, but that would be quite good if they did do that. But none of them do that. If it goes well, they'll keep talking about it. If it doesn't go well, they'll pretend like it never happened.
DB that's kind of given Amy Schumer and Brendan a run for their money, which has got to be tough for Rogan. But like Brendan Schaub, I'm sure he just writes off the critics as haters or people that got triggered or offended and are just trying to cancel him now. Like Joey Diaz, Rogan's good friend, he was talking about it and he was making it seem like all the bad reviews were just coming from people who were upset. But even Joey sounded like he enjoyed it, but it wasn't that great. He's like, it wasn't the funniest thing ever, but I laughed a couple times.
Was it the best special I ever saw? I don't know, but it was a good special. He made me laugh a couple times. I could see.
He made me laugh a couple times. It's such a good line, man. It's like, I don't think that is the endorsement you think it is, my friend.
See the work, and I know the work it takes to do a special. I enjoyed it. I didn't see anything negative Sunday, but today I started reading the negatives, and I'm like, wow. And
yeah, big up Shades Cat. What boats is he burning? Yeah, I was thinking about it the other day. I guess you could, at a stretch, say the burning of the boats was the end bit. Towards the end, where you start saying the words that you can't say and shit. You start saying that the R word, the F word, and whatever it may be. For a period, I thought he was going to try and say the N word, but he didn't say it in the end. That might have been the burning of the boats. That might have been figuratively. That might have been metaphorically the burning of the boats. But still, I've always said anyway, in general, I think stand-up comedians really waste some really catchy and cool names for their specials. They just name them really coolly, or they name them in a really clever, interesting way, but they don't really relate to the material that they're performing at all. Zero. They've got no correlation at all. Some of them. It's just like, why waste such a cool name for a special, but not have it kind of be themed, like a little bit. I know that sounds a bit hacky, but at least, if you're going to burn the boats, like, have some material that relates to burning the boats, or is within that kind of lane. I don't know. Whatever. What do I know?
You're not going to make everybody happy. Not anymore. Not with the internet. You're not going to make everybody happy. And that's just the way the world is today.
And what is Heather? They're mad at him for some of his jokes?
No, I don't. I didn't. I listen. I've been home. I was home for maybe an hour today. I left the house at 9:30 this morning.
Yeah, so I guess Joey Diaz's review of it is it made me laugh a couple times. That's a good sign. But let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments, and make sure you go check.
Yeah, I don't know. I think what it's done for a lot of people, though, I think secretly my reading, and I have no knowledge of this. I'm just a random person in the middle of nowhere talking out my fucking ass. I think what it's done for a lot of people, especially stand-up comedians, I think it's now made people realize why comedians like Bobby Lee don't do specials. I think a lot of comedians probably looked at Bobby Lee and probably thought he was a pussy, thought he was a scaredy cat, thought he wasn't brave, thought he was being lazy, leaving money on the table by not recording a special. But I think what they've now realized is that some comedians don't need to have specials. Some comedians should just exist being like comedy club theater acts and shit, and that's it. If you want to see them perform, you can go buy a ticket, you go see them perform. Because a lot of their stuff doesn't translate well when it's recorded and you're watching it on your laptop. It just doesn't work as well. A lot of that stuff maybe works well in person. And I remember saying the same thing when I was reacting to a comedy special from Rogan, which I actually need to do one tomorrow, actually. That's going to be released tomorrow, Friday, right? Yeah, it's going to be released tomorrow. I'm going to do the next one tomorrow. So you'll get that on the Patreon. But when I was reacting to Rogan's special, the latest one that I've done, I think that was maybe part 4, you could tell that sort of comedy, even though it's not funny, but the way he's screaming, the physicality of it, the dingy club he's in, that probably could work if you're drunk in a club somewhere. That comedy, you probably might laugh. Again, I wouldn't, I don't think, but I think a certain person would. So if that's the case, just keep doing that. Fuck recording a special. Because when you record that shit, when you record you making like sex noises as you're fucking a stool, it doesn't hit the same as when you do it and I'm in the room and I can see you doing it. It maybe hits way funnier, especially if I'm laughing, especially if we're laughing together in this room and we're all drunk and it's dark and we're all a bit turned. Like that probably works. So I think these specials bombing, I think, has made guys realize that unless Netflix throws a crazy bag at you, it probably isn't worth it to record a special. It probably isn't worth it. And unless, you know, again, unless the money's really good and you can't turn down, cool. But I think most people should just perform in clubs, sell tickets, do whatever needs to be done. And if you want to put up some crowd work shit, do it on YouTube, do that. But actually putting your actual, you know, proper content, you know, your written content online that you do in a club and thinking it's going to work the same way, especially if you're not super funny, it's a big risk. Because especially nowadays too, you only get one chance at first impression. If they see that special and they think you're terrible, but you maybe just had an off day, or maybe your style doesn't translate well to streaming, it's a wrap for you. No one's ever going to come back and revisit it. They'll just know you as being terrible. So I think a lot of those guys have realized now that maybe recording a stand-up special with Netflix probably isn't all it's cracked up to be, because it does bring a lot of attention your way, but sometimes the worst attention. And I think a lot of people out there, myself included, are now starting to realize that a lot of these guys who are like talking as if they were like comedy fucking Nostradamuses or savants and super knowledgeable about everything and knew everything, like, it's like, bro, you guys aren't gatekeepers because you're not good. Like, you can't be a gatekeeper if you're not good at what you do. Like, I'm sorry, it's impossible. But hey, what can you do? What can you do? Okay, moving on. Let's also do I think, is that it? Oh, have I done it? Oh shit, I might have been done, you know. Is that it? Oh, I'm done. Have I done everything? For once, I've actually maybe done everything on this fucking list. Big up everybody tuning in. If you're seeing what you like what you see, make sure you smash the like button down below, please. Smash the like button down below. Don't be stingy. I think I might have covered everything. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I think I might have covered everything on here. Oh, there's this as well. Quickly, there's this post courtesy of the Skanks Reddit that features, I don't know if this is a joke, this could be a joke, but Luis Gomez posted on his Instagram stories that he was postponing his Toronto gig until November. I was too stressed traveling from Toronto to Austin, then to Skankfest. Too much time away from the family. Your tickets are good for the new dates, or you can get a refund. Stress. These comedians, man, Jesus Christ. Stress, family, you know. Okay, I guess so, man. I don't know, maybe he's saying the truth, maybe it isn't. I would, if this is not a joke, this feels like a not telling of the truth. Maybe not, the tickets aren't selling as well as you'd hope they would be selling. If he is telling the truth, this is fucking redacted to admit that sort of stuff. But yeah, man, Luis J. Gomez is out here saying the stress of stand-up comedy is getting to him and he now can't perform a stand-up comedy set at Toronto. Okay, I guess so, man. I guess so. That's one of those ones. And then oh yeah, let's play this one as well. This was really funny too. So this features Queen's Flip bumping into Kai Cenat on stream, and Queen's Flip trying to get Joe Budden and Kai Cenat to piece it up, which is hilarious because it feels like a one-way beef to me. I don't feel like Kai Cenat has much of an issue with Joe, but Joe, being the legendary hater that he is, he just hates kids who are doing big things, especially in the media space. And Kai Cenat, I don't know, he never really struck me as a musical guy, but because he's just really popular with live streaming, he's now turned into like he's now a part of hip hop media, which is odd because he doesn't really come across as like a dude who you go to for your music sort of like recommendations. But because he's so popular, people are now turning his platform into that. So yeah, Joe Budden obviously feels like he has some sort of ownership on that media space sort of thing, or he's a gatekeeper, and he said some not nice things about Kai Cenat. So now they have some weird beef. Not really, not properly, but yeah, kind of. So Queen's Flip tried to get them to piece it up, and then obviously Joe Budden copped a lot of pleas and tried to act like he didn't hate on Kai Cenat when he
What's up,
did,
Joe?
right? When he did. We're gonna play all the evidence. I'm gonna show all the evidence, but in this particular clip, you can hear Joe on the phone to Queen's Flip telling Kai Cenat that he loves him and that he's never hated on him and he's a fan. It's like no. I'm gonna play some clips where it's pretty clear that Joe Budden had a lot of venom towards Kai Cenat. So let's play the clip. Let's see what they're saying.
What's up, Joe?
Hey, shit was poppin'.
Real quick, no beef, no smoke, relax. Get the fuck out. I'm standing right here saying that you don't love him, but I told him you love him. Can you just...
I got all the love in the world for Kai Cenat.
See?
That is a myth.
Yo, what's going on, Mr. Budden?
Don't ever believe otherwise.
See?
Kai Cenat, I love you. Everything you're doing, my kids love you, nigga. Don't ever believe Joe Budden don't love you.
Told you. All right, okay. I just be thinking that you don't love me, bruh.
Nah, I told Yachty I love you.
Yeah, big up God's favorite. Yeah. I know why they fell out, but that's a hilarious part about it. It's such an innocuous thing. Kai Cenat should be shocked when one of his favorite artists that happens to be Travis Scott doesn't win a Grammy against like Killer Mike, I think, who ended up winning. That's not a bad thing. Joe Budden should be rooting for Killer Mike because they're in the same age range, same generation, same type of music he's probably into. And Kai Cenat should be rooting for Travis Scott. Kai Cenat should be looking at you dead in the eye and telling you that fucking Destroy Lonely is a better rapper than 50 Cent. He should be, because he's a child. Those kids are people he probably listens to on a daily basis. So Budden getting all annoyed that Kai Cenat was championing or cheering for Travis and annoyed that Killer Mike won the Grammy didn't make any sense, really. It's like, of course he should be. He's young, innit? That's who he looks up to.
I told Drewski I love you. Like, I told niggas I love you.
He love you.
I didn't like the 14th Street PlayStation giveaway.
That's all.
But I love everything. I love everything you're doing.
He supports you, nigga. Stop playing with my man. Okay. All right, Joe. All right, Joe.
Yeah, nigga. Just show me love, nigga. Fuck out of here.
All right, Joe. Show my man love. All right, Joe. Shout out to Joe. All right, good. All right, Joe.
All right, Joe. We love you, nigga. Love you, boy.
All right, well. Stop playing with
I
feel like he capping. What's up, Joe?
He's definitely capping. It's definitely fake love. He doesn't love him. Big up Alrighty. AZ, are you a Candace Owens fan? She's trending on Twitter. Free Palestine, all that. Really? I didn't know that. I didn't check it. I'll check it later. I didn't see she's trending on Twitter. Yo, big up Ashley. Big up Ashley Cummings. What's going on, madam? What's happening? So anyway, you see this? Let me show you evidence. Hard evidence that Joey Budden does actually or was hating very harshly on Kai Cenat, courtesy of these clips I'm going to show you right now. He's always had something nasty to say about him. I don't know really, and again, I think it's just because he's just young and getting loads of money very easily. It just probably just pisses him off. It's just very strange how he has this beanie bonnet about Kai Cenat. Here's a clip for 2023, I think.
Yeah, I just think I miss the Drake that was rapping for the rappers. I miss the Drake that when he dropped, the rappers hit him.
Okay.
Not these little fucking kids. I don't give a fuck about you and Kai Cenat. That's gonna sound.
You see? You see? That sounds like hate to me, bro. That sounds like hate to me. I don't give a fuck about you and these little Kai Cenat shits. That sounds like hate to me.
Sound like hate.
It is.
It is hate.
It's not hate. It is.
It is hate.
Go find some niggas your fucking age. Hang out with.
Don't you find it ironic that Joe Budden would be chastising Drake for not hanging about people that his age, when Joe Budden's entire brand for a period during his career was being known as the guy that was scooping up all of these like Hispanic baddies that barely knew any English and that were like in their early 20s. That's what he was known for. And now he's chastising Drake for hanging out with some of the more popular streamers and shit and keeping yourself tapped into what the kids are doing. It's like, come on, bro. Insert spider meme here.
Dumb. Get some of that sauce.
That's not what keeps you. No, that's not what keeps you popping.
Older niggas buying music.
That's not what keep you popping. And if that's the game he playing, I gotta play.
Fuck these kids, by the way. You hear that? Fuck these kids.
This game
all the older niggas streaming music and buying it, Joe? No.
Dog, all that
shit
all that shit y'all saying for me applies to the field. I have long before called this nigga the golden child. Different set of rules apply.
Correct.
He's him. He is not one of them that y'all telling me about.
So that's one evidence of Drake hating on Kai Cenat. We got some more. We got 2 or 3 more I want to play before we move on. Here's another clip of Joe Budden just, going out of his way to just hate on the young nigga Kai Cenat. Very unnecessary. Let's play this clip.
This might be my last rap album review. 98% of y'all sound uninspired. Y'all do sound low effort. There's no new, exciting, creative energy on the way. All of y'all sound like y'all trying to sound like the artists that you like a lot. None of y'all seem to be trying to innovate. I miss the Drake that when he dropped, the rappers hit him. Not these little fucking kids. I don't give a fuck about you and Kai Cenat. That's gonna sound like hate.
It is.
Same clip, by the way. Okay, my mistake. But yeah, I don't give a fuck about Kai Cenat. And then the last clip of Joey Budden hating on Kai Cenat will be this clip. This is the most recent one. This is the most recent one when Joe Budden reacted to Killer Mike winning the Grammy instead of Travis Scott's album Utopia. So this is the most recent one. There we go.
All that fucking
Travis
crying.
They robbed me 10 times or something he said.
Well, listen to this guy.
Calm the fuck down. Everybody calm the fuck down.
Listen to the young
I don't know
niggas.
who this is, okay? Hey, brother, God bless you. Congratulations.
Kai Cenat?
I don't know who you
Yeah.
are.
Niggas-
Positivity you. Praying for you, bro. Positivity out the window. Who decided this motherfucker? Who the fuck decided this motherfucker? Her loss? Utopia?
Yes, nigga.
Yeah, neither of those are better than
Yes.
Michael.
Over Utopia.
Metro Boomin!
Shut your ass up, no, nigga. Yo, y'all little streamer niggas don't always run shit.
That sounds like hate to me.
Shut the fuck up.
That sounds like hate to me.
That's the
Some people don't give a fuck about your numbers.
That sounds like hate to me.
Yeah, we don't care about none of that little streamy mosh pit, marked card, whatever you niggas is doing over there.
Sounds like hate to me.
And let's keep it a buck. Parks, you said it. Utopia was mid, yo.
Yeah.
You didn't
Shut up, Ice.
deserve to win. I'll say it.
We don't care what you have to say.
Fuck that.
You fucking Topia.
That shit
That
was
sounds like hate.
Nopia, nigga.
That's definitely hate.
that nigga's just crazy. That shit was, man.
I'm just so happy that the streamer that the little fuckity fucks finally have a look in the mirror moment and say, oh, it's not about us.
That sounds like hate to me, by the way. I'm happy the streaming niggas are catching an L. That sounds like hate to me, bro.
No, adults are out, nigga.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Niggas got pocket handkerchiefs in. Niggas got fly shit on.
Musicians are out.
Yeah, real execs. Big
Hate.
business people, you little fuckity fucks. Shut up for a change. So sick of these niggas. We only get to do this once a year.
Yo, be okay, so Moses. Sorry, AZ, but Utopia was mid. I never said Utopia was good, my friend. What I'm going at is saying that Joe Budden was on the phone to Kai Cenat saying that he never hated him. It was always love. He's a big fan of his. Don't listen to anybody that says I hate you. Blah, 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 blah. I'm playing this clip to illustrate Joe Budden has always hated Kai Cenat from minute one simply because Kai Cenat thought Utopia was a better album than Killer Mike's album. That's the funny thing. Joe Budden hates Kai Cenat simply because he has a different of his opinion when it comes to albums. When it comes to who should have been won a Grammy, it's like I would be genuinely surprised if Kai Cenat knew who Killer Mike is. It doesn't surprise me that he didn't know who Killer Mike was and didn't think Killer Mike should have beat Travis for the album of the year. That's a fairly lukewarm, middle of the road take. It's not that crazy. It shouldn't elicit this type of reaction. But Budden obviously hates and is a consummate hater, professional hater. He's very good at it. He's very successful at it. But it's just coming from a hating point of view. That's my point.
Listen, we gotta rush behind Killer Mike. Killer Mike won. We gotta let these niggas know what the fuck we really think.
He won and ain't sit down with a single streamer.
Little motherfucker.
More hate.
Word, that part.
More hate.
Not one of you
Not
niggas.
one. Niggas like, who? Yeah, him. We knew who he was.
Yeah, we respect you. Yo, oh shit, they broke the whole console. Oh, they smashed everything. Yo, we feel that. We feel that. But niggas is getting dressed and bringing women out tonight. All you fucking incels.
And the bass
That's strong hate.
player.
Yeah.
Celloist.
Yeah. All that fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a funny place to be at. Funny place to be at because, like I said, I don't even think Kai Cenat is like musically inclined in that way. You know, he's a really good streamer. He does well what he does well at. But because he's really popular, people are now going to him for that. He's now become like the unofficial home for like Little Yachty and Concrete. He's had some very successful and very legendary live stream interview stuff with musicians and shit like Tyler. So it must be really annoying to Budden because Kai Cenat's not even trying, and he's now become like a media personality in hip hop, you know, or in music. He's now become like part of like the album promo run, and he's kind of voice holds weight, even though he's not taking it that seriously, and he's just started recently. It's just like, and he's probably making like way more money than Budden is doing it. So it probably fucking annoys him. It really fucking annoys him, which must be horrible. But hey, what can you do? Budden is the consummate hater. Budden is the consummate top tier, top of the line hater. So I'm not surprised he would say that. Let's also play this. This features New Rory and More. It features Rory's really good freestyle. So they're promoting, I think, some dates, which is pretty cool, to be fair. New Rory and More are promoting some dates for their live podcast that they're going to be doing, I think, in Chicago and somewhere else. And they did this really cool Eminem-inspired freestyle thingy that Rory did. And the bars are really good. I'm not going to lie. This is a really clever, creative way to promote a live podcast that you're doing. And I'm not going to lie. Rory was spitting. Rory was fucking spitting, bro. Like, he's actually pretty decent. We shouldn't be surprised, but he actually is pretty decent. Let's play the clip.
Calm before the storm right here. What I said? Oh, that's an awfully hot coffee pot. I said, do guest spots. Maul said, probably not. He had another plot.
Whoa!
Cause his only way to grow the show was to cling to OVO. I sat in disbelief at what they didn't know.
Oh!
It's impossible for a vegan to beef.
Woo!
And while he hugs his MAGA flag, I'm with a girl I didn't need money to bag.
Hey, money bags, you get
but
it?
After all the red pills he popped, he only wants to give Donald props, make the West Coast his ops.
Oh!
Biggs is his brother, but he doesn't know hip-hop.
Oh! Biggs is his brother, but he doesn't know hip-hop. Get it? Give a bit. Ah!
I'ma stop. Cause it's just so bizarre how rap is not on his radar. My brilliance goes bar for bar. You're an idiot to think I'm not the star.
Oh!
And Maul can make a counterclaim, but my worth is $1 million in this game.
Yeah!
I think we should change the name.
Yo! Get it? Change the name.
Cause I'm the face of this camp. I know. It's hard to swallow that drink, champ.
Oh! That was so good. That was so good. Yo, Mo is built wild, isn't it? Mo is built wild for a vegan, bro. No homo and pause, but more is built wild for a vegan. That's not a vegan build, man. Because I've been that build. That's not a vegan build, and I've never been a vegan in my life. I've been that build, and I've never been a vegan in my life. I don't know if many I don't know of many fucking quinoa eating people who are built like this. This doesn't come from fucking spinach. I don't think so. Jesus Christ, he's built fucking insane. But big up Mo, big up New Warrior Mo. I fucking love it. Great way to promote a fucking live podcast. They always do these clever fucking creative little skits and shit. I honestly love it, and really do really great stuff. I love the pod itself as well. I listen to it every fucking week. One of my favorite ones, especially because they don't really get involved in the drama too much, and they kind of just do their own thing. So I'm really happy for their success, and I love the creative approach they take to doing stuff like that. And I also love the little subtle reminder from Rory that he's got bars, you know? I love the little subtle reminder from Rory that he has bars. I love the little subtle from Rory that he has blood clot bars. You gotta love that sort of shit, right? Then we've got another little clip here I want to quickly play that features Michael Rubin. Michael Rubin trying to tell the black community what he doesn't like about them. Yeah, it sounds wild. I don't know why he thought this was a good question to answer or why we want to hear what he has to say about anything. But Michael Rubin thought, hey, I get you niggas to dance and to wear white clothes and hang out with my daughters and shit. So I'm going to tell you niggas how you should act. I hate when y'all niggas act like niggas. Please stop being niggas. If you want to keep getting invited to my party, you better relax. So yeah, he had some very interesting words to say about the black community. Let's listen to Michael Rubin. Michael fucking Rubin.
The thing I don't like about that is it doesn't bother me for me. It bothers me that it actually, when I see the narrative of a really good friend of mine like Meek, and people try. The thing I don't like about that is it doesn't bother me for me. It bothers me that it actually, when I see the narrative of a really good friend of mine like Meek, and people trying to, you know, again, if he was gay, which there's not one gay bone in his body, who cares? Number one, let's say if people want to be gay, it is 2024. Who the fuck cares? Okay. Number two, there's not a gay bone in his body. So like, why do people want to lie about that? Why do people want to change the narrative of a bet he made with me to try to hurt him?
You don't get it, man. Shut the fuck up.
Like, that is the one thing I've learned about, you know, look, I'm just being blunt because it's me. So one thing I've learned about black culture that I don't like is that.
One thing I don't like about black culture, yo, imagine if someone sat down and said the same thing about him, said the same thing to him about Jewish culture. The one thing I don't like about you fucking Jews, XYZ, it would not be received the same way. This was, for somebody so smart and successful, I don't know why he said this, bro. You probably felt way too comfortable. This is such a, I kind of get what he was trying to say. It just came out the wrong way, you know? Unfortunately for him, it came out wild. Like, it's like, what? You trying to, and he's trying to act as if like all black people are homophobic. No, they aren't. And you're completely missing the point when it comes to Meek Mill. It's not the fact that people think he's gay. It's about all the sus things that he does and the thing that he does where he makes himself look dumb on the internet, but he doesn't know it, and then he tries to act tough and gaslight people and threaten, whatever, the contradictory messages he puts out, trying to preach peace and entrepreneurship, but also threatening to take people out, blah, 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 whatever. There's a lot of things that go onto it, a lot of nuance, but he doesn't really get it, you know? He just doesn't get it, which is understandable. But then to just sit there and say, yeah, and by the way, while we're talking about a black guy, while we're talking about a nigger, let's talk about all you niggers. Here's what I don't like about you. It's like, what?
Black hate on hate.
Speak on that more. I heard you say that earlier, and I wanted you to expound on that. You said you don't like to see black people tearing down other black people.
Yeah, it's horrible. Like, like it's horrible. Like, what? Like,
shut up! Shut up and go focus on your own people, you fucking idiot.
I want to support every. Look, you guys, two of you guys know me pretty well. Anything I can ever help with, I'm always there.
He's too smart for this, man. What's he doing, man? This savior complex he has is fucking insane, bro. Honestly, man, like people make a bit of money and they think they're gods. Like, honestly, they legitimately think they're gods, and they have all the answers. It's like, I know you've made it and you've been successful. Well done, but I guarantee you, stuff's a lot more complex than you think it is. But yeah, why is he saying this, Michael Rubin? Please.
I always want to be helpful. I feel lucky and fortunate to do what I do every day. To be as, you know, whatever success I've had, I feel blessed.
Nah, case of Moses, Charlemagne wasn't trying to save him. Charlemagne tried to bury him. I don't think Charlemagne was trying to save him. He was like, oh yeah, by the way, you said that thing about you hate black on black violence. Can you speak about that a bit more? Like, Charlemagne wasn't trying to save him. He actually tried to get him killed. He said, yeah, I remember you said that. So let's go back to that comment you made. Let's go back to a comment you made about most of violent crime occurring by black people perpetrated on minorities, or no, on the majority of the population. Please expound.
Us to do that, and I want to give back in every way I can. You know, in business and in charitable things, I'm always trying to be helpful.
Yeah, the little baby thing, by the way. I don't know. I've not been paying attention. Big up Perk Angle. I haven't been paying attention, but am I the only one that's noticed that? Is it obvious that he stopped like hanging about with him, or maybe he's like told him no pictures or something? It feels like we used to see a lot of them. We used to see a lot of pictures or content of them together, but now we don't. We don't see a lot of content with little baby with these rich white billionaire type people. He probably still talks to them, I imagine, but maybe he's told them not to post pictures anymore. Or maybe he's not too hanging around them anymore. I'm not too sure. But I have noticed a distinct lack of like pictures and content with little baby and Rubin around.
Like, why does someone want to bring somebody else down? Let's try to build everybody up. Like, you know, I'd be more excited if I'd be more excited to see one of my friends do something that's 99% less meaningful to me, but it would be really meaningful to them because I want them to do great. I want everyone around me to do great. I don't like watching. You know, there's a little bit, and you tell me, you guys correct me if you think I'm wrong. I think there's a little bit of a black culture of like, it's black hate on hate. It's like that black judge that Meek had that hated on him and wanted to put.
Honestly, man, I think he's just bored, isn't it? He's just bored. He's just trying to spice up his life. Because like, why are you even getting involved in these conversations? Why do you like why? Surely you're too rich to care about this sort of stuff. Like, surely rich people are just looking after their own self-interest. Why are you even thinking about this sort of shit?
Go extra hard on him, okay? It's like, it's what people always say to me. It's like black hate on hate. So I think it's terrible. I think it's something that I think it's culturally wrong. And I'll probably get killed for saying this because, you know, it's
culturally wrong. Okay.
You know,
I'm glad you're saying it openly. If this is the conversations that are being
I have
had
it all the time. With
I want to hear this.
Yeah. So I think it's wrong. I think, like, why do you not want to build everyone up around you? Why do you not want everyone around you to do great? The best way for everyone to do great is to push each other up.
Listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. Trust me, I'm white. Oh, fucking hell, man. Michael Rubin. Anyways. He did walk it back. He did walk it back ever so slightly. Here's the update. Michael Rubin got onto Twitter and updated everybody and let people know that, hey, I might have been wrong. I got a phone call from one of the people that I have the most respect for in the world. And they told me that while they appreciate my intentions, it's not my place to speak on black culture. I get it. I really appreciate the input. My intention was to say how important it is that we need to uplift each other, stop hate on each other, and push each other to win, and always root for each other's success. He's as if like that doesn't have, like, what? My bad. Much love and appreciate the feedback. So people are now hypothesizing that most likely the person that called him and told him to fucking chill out was Jay-Z. Oh, fucking hilarious, man. You got cool, mate. You got cool. Like, hey, white man, shut the fuck up, bro. You're stepping out of bounds. Relax. Wind it in. I just don't understand why he's getting involved in these conversations. Like, honestly, like, really don't need to get involved in this type of conversations. It's a lot more nuanced than he's fucking thinking it is. It's not an easy explanation for what he's trying to talk about. There's no easy explanation for it. These issues are rampant in every other fucking racial group. It's not just black people, to be completely honest. And also he's doing mad broad generalizations on things that he has no knowledge of. He's just kind of taking most of his information through like second and third hand sources and shit, but he has no direct knowledge about it either. So it's just like, just stay out of it. There needs to be more of that nowadays. I know I'm not the best person to speak about it because I have a stream where I just ramble, but there needs to be more of it just in general in life where people just like, you know what? I don't have anything to say about this. I'm not educated on this. I'm just not going to talk about it. That needs to be an approach because it doesn't happen too often. It feels like whenever somebody asks somebody a question, they want to answer it. You rarely hear somebody say, I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. Like, no one says that. Everyone always answers a question. In some degree, they answer it. I'm not really too sure, but I heard. It's like, bro, just say, I don't have anything constructive to add to this. I don't know anything about this, so I'd rather not talk about it and just leave it there. But everyone has a hot take. Everyone wants to be, everyone wants to be insightful McGee. And sometimes when you do that, you can sometimes get burnt. And in this case, Michael Rubin got burnt. That's what happened. But hey, what do I know? What do I know? And then last post here, courtesy of the Academy account. Look at the shock and horror that I saw when I checked on the Academy account. Academics TV account. 6ix9ine is back. 6ix9ine is back with a new haircut. He cut off the braids. No more rainbow braids. And he's now debuting some new music. So let's hear what this sounds like. 6ix9ine is back. I'm surprised. I'm not going to lie. He's back to making what it sounds like to me, hip-hop. It's not like he's doing mostly reggaeton. So I wonder what's happening here. Maybe. Let's see what's happening. Let's play his video. Oh, he's taking that drink straight to the face. That's not a good sign. Taking those type of drinks straight to the face is probably a sign that things aren't going too well. Lil Uzi Vert. Rah, man. I guess money might be running out, bro. Cause I'm surprised you ran out of reggaeton. Like, maybe he got ran out of there because I thought the reggaeton thing was going pretty well for him for a bit. But he did get into a lot of trouble out there, didn't he? Didn't he get into trouble with some girl he was dating out there as well that went fucking crazy? And then he got arrested for a bit as well. So maybe he's just trying to run away from that. But yeah, man. I don't know. That doesn't sound too great. That doesn't sound too great.
What's happening? What's up? What's happening? What's up? What's happening? What's happening? What's up? What's happening? What's up?
He's got new piercings as well. It looks like he's got a nose piercing. He's cut off his dreads. He's got just like regular hair on top now, I guess. Cool. Okay, so that's a reggaeton thing. So there's some reggaeton there, but it sounds like he's making a return to make some more hip hop inspired beats and shit. Probably too little, too late to make any sort of meaningful comeback. Most of his brand is about being confrontational and being combative and shit. I just think people are tired of it. I know I am. If the music was good, it'll be worth. You could put up with it. But it's just exhausting following all that sort of shit. That's always his marketing approach. So I wouldn't be surprised if in the next couple of days you hear him suddenly just start shitting on somebody and get into some sort of back and forth. But let's see. Maybe he might do it differently. Maybe he might do it differently this time. Maybe he might just let the music speak for itself and he won't just make it into like him fighting people. I'm not too sure. But yeah, 6ix9ine is back. 6ix9ine is back, and it doesn't sound like we're gonna be subjected to some good shit there. It doesn't really sound like it, does it? Unfortunately, there. But hey, we could be wrong. I could be wrong. We could be wrong. Who knows? Anyways, my friends, it's been a pleasure. It's been amazing. It's been great. It's been fantastic. And I've had the best time ever hanging out with you guys. And I hope you've had a good time with me too. So if you've liked the stream, if you enjoyed what you see what you enjoy, make sure you like it before you leave. That'd be greatly appreciated. I'm going to end the stream right now. Thank you for chilling with me. Make sure you like the stream. That'd be greatly appreciated. There's going to be a new episode of the Patreon going out later today. So if you haven't subscribed to the Patreon, make sure you subscribe. The Patreon link is in the description. Patreon.com/Agostino. Patreon.com/Agostino. My first name is available in the description down below. You can subscribe for $1 per month. The $1 tier subscriptions are running out. Once that's done, there'll be no more $1 subscription. So make sure you grab those before they're gone. And of course, all the content is there for you to watch after the fact as well. So make sure you jump on there. But thank you for hanging out with me. Appreciate all of you. See you guys again very, very soon. Take care of yourself. And we're going to hang out again soon. But for now, peace out, my friends.